Yeah.
You getting it ready?
Oh, you about to?
What's going on here? Whoa.
Beyblade has started off. I love that.
I was like, wait, what's going on?
The form was good on that.
Yeah.
This is
I ain't even gonna lie. We might have to start running quick battles in the middle of this.
Yeah, whatever you feel like. This shit getting real.
This shit's getting real.
This is Inception, my nigga. This shit is not stopping. God damn.
Yeah, bro.
He's letting us know we in a dream or not right now.
Yo, thanks.
Anyway, let's get it started because that was a great way to get it started. Let it rip. Let's go ahead and get the show started. So, folks, you're watching. Even though this is Instagram Live, we are still recording our episode that will be aired on YouTube later this week. So you're getting basically a full sneak peek of what's going down this weekend when the episode airs on YouTube in glorious high quality video. So go ahead and get it started like we normally do.
He's checking his fit. I'm literally watching him on this side. I'm like,
there's a lot of.
I'm sorry.
In the corner of my eye, like, there's bad movement.
I'm doing things that I always wanted to do for the internet.
You're good, brother. You good. That's why I said we about to get it started for you, man, because we feeling the energy. The energy is high. So let's keep it there while we still there. You know what I'm saying? So this is So what you guys are now tuned into, your boy Mar Black.
Ant McGee.
The nerds.
Levi Dopeness.
Special guest.
Yeah.
I love it. That's fine.
Levi Dopeness, Buddy Lee, Levi, a man of many forms, and a la Cactus Jack, Dude Love. I got a friend like that too, who's a guy who's a man cut from many cloths, but like very much like a Renaissance man type shit.
All right.
Try to keep the inner kid happy.
There you go. You just killed two birds with one stone, ladies and gentlemen. Nerds in the hood. You already heard. Your guest, Levi Dopeness.
Levi Dopeness in the building.
You know what I mean? Let's just go ahead and get it started.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, I was gonna say let's get it started with Levi. Just I wanted you to tell the people a little bit about who you are, like what hood you come from. We'll get to this beautiful display of stuff in a second.
Yeah.
I want to steamroll through my hood shit to get to the nerd shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my name's Levi. My hood. My first hood, Kings County Hospital is where I was born. So that's
Queens?
That's Brooklyn. That's like Clarkson Avenue. Like that's almost like at the end of Little Caribbean, but almost heading into like Flatbush, Crown Heights type.
All right, that's what I was about to say. Better understanding in New York terms. What train?
2-3 President Street. 4-5. You're kind of doing like the Utica Avenue, maybe a little further down from there. But
okay.
That's the general vicinity.
We on the 5 train. We come from the other side.
A whole lot of bus action over there too, but shout out my bus drivers everywhere. I know shit ain't sweet yet, but you one lottery ticket away from making it to the big leagues. So keep on trucking or bussing.
Keep on trucking, baby.
Or bussing. Keep on bussing.
Keep on bussing.
Oh no, that's crazy. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Y'all going crazy out here.
I got the G-Unit Games just sent me over a copy of the Diddy the Diddy game, No Way Home.
What?
Diddy, it's called Diddy Not Coming Home.
Wait, what?
No, I'm joking.
What?
I was like, wait, what?
It was a meme that I posted on my stories. It was like somebody made a fake game a la 2K type shit, and like they put the Diddy rap on it, and they were like, yo, G-Unit Games sent me a copy of this. It's loading up right now. It's at 86%. Boom, boom, boom. But as somebody who creates more or less digital propaganda,
I wanted y'all to understand that my man put he just picked up an actual official NBA 2K24 with Levi Dopeness.
Oh, we in 24 too, or yeah. The way I thought it was like 25 or something.
Nah, bro, this would be technically this year's 2K.
Current 2K.
This is the current 2K
Till the
on
next one.
PS5.
Kobe
so,
year.
Yep.
So this is the newest system.
Big Kobe year. Let's go.
That's a Kobe year.
So you want to talk about how you got this, bro? Because ain't many people sitting.
No, not the hood. We gotta circle back to the hood stuff first.
Yeah. But
cool.
this is staple hood shit.
This is all cool guy shit.
Yeah.
We're not talking about this yet. All right, bet. Kings County Hospital, Brooklyn,
Okay.
boom. My first hood, PS 189, is on East New York Avenue and Rockaway Parkway. From kindergarten till 8th grade, I was in that building. Fucking uniform school. White shirt, navy pants, black shoes, no white shoes. Pulled up one year with white Air Forces. It was spectacular, but it was an immediate...
What school you said it was?
PS 189. It's still there. It's
But
like
it had uniform though.
East New York Avenue and Rockaway Parkway. Right before you turn onto Eastern Parkway, that park, it's
Okay.
called Lincoln Terrace Park. Terrible park. Like, got robbed 3 times in that park. Whatever.
I feel like this is growing.
Started
up in New York.
skateboarding in that park though, so I got a lot of love for it. It's a very beautiful park. I gotta actually spin the block on it and just like do like my own field day.
What age did you start skateboarding at?
When I was 14.
14.
I'm 32 now, so
And you still skateboard?
yeah. Keeping the shit like, man. Dude, this week has been a good week because any week that I can like.
They said the knees is strong. The knees is strong.
And not feel like there's a whole lot of squatting and like the knees feel the bulk of everything that's going on. So this week has been one of those weeks where I'm like, damn, like I feel like I don't know if it's the eclipse or the turn of the season or what have you, but I'm feeling like, man, I'm trying to get my tray flips down. I can still kick flip and do a lot of my like entry level shit, but to me it's more about the conditioning that skateboarding offers. And right around that time when I was around going into 6th, I was a fat kid and like started eating my feelings around like 3rd grade because like fat, black, braces, glasses, nerd.
Giving big nerd.
And then like, you're in this building with these kids for like K through 8, so they really...
And you're a pretty tall dude, so like
I'm 6'2". The weight did kind of, as I got older, divided itself pretty evenly amongst my body. I'm pro body positivity. I'm comfortable in my body, but I know like I'm working at a brewery now. My gut is like, like I see it, y'all see it. I wear a black t-shirt. I'm
You
like,
also cooks well, so you be doing your thing.
if
I will say the skateboard thing is so me personally, coming from the Bronx, coming from the hood, there's a lot of people that, not a lot of people, but there's kids you run into that are like, I'm a skateboarder, and you're like, all right, cool, and you see them on a skateboard, and then I have this weird thing. It's probably just me, but I have this thing when I meet people that say they're a skateboarder and they have a skateboard, I'm like, I'm gonna see how many times I actually see you with this skateboard, and then that will decide if you're really a skateboarder or if you're just a phony that's telling me like,
Oh, come on.
I'm a skateboarder because I have it on me.
Yeah,
You
it's
feel me?
like an old head I mean, I hear it all. I'm 32 now. So when I hear somebody that's like in their 40s or late 40s telling me now like, yo, like I used to be like, gave the shit up. Like I don't know why I'm putting this fucking rasp on it. I love this. I love old heads telling you like, yo, what they used to do when they see you doing you. And with skateboarding especially, I really feel that connection, especially as a black, thicker individual who just be trying to get my tricks down. I care like I don't be. Skateboarding is, it's like it's you versus you, all the time. And
I will say that every time I ran into you, you've had it. You have it on you like the Glock.
That's a beautiful analogy. I love that. But yeah, I catch myself sometimes when I partied with some homegirls and my friends this last weekend at La Caverna downtown. And one of those nights where, a beautiful Saturday night, the weather was perfect. Had my varsity jacket on, Supreme shirt, whatever. But like, still felt the inclination to like, I know I'm going to be at the brewery for opening day. I knew I'm going to be downtown later. And the part of me that knew I was going to be downtown later just almost makes it almost irrevocably apparent that I need to have my board with me because I'm going to be making moves. I don't know where I'm going to be slingshotting to. It was a beautiful night because one of those nights where I don't have my camera on me. And I'm just like, you know what? It's nice to be a young black person who, not for nothing, shit isn't perfect. But that when the money's in the pocket and I can throw on some shit and look, halfway decent and still grab my board and can still skate through the city, that's the best night.
Yeah.
Because now I can spot hop, Now I can like go see people at different spots or link up with whoever. And
One thing I can say that I super respect about you is that you skateboard in all your kicks. I've seen you skateboard in your Tiffany SBs, you skateboard in your 11s, you skateboard in so many dunks that other people just don't even know versus other people versus other people I've encountered with skateboarding. They're very much into DC or just they have one skateboard kick. That's the kicks they wear. Whereas you kind of just like go with your flow. You're like, this is my style for the day, and my board is part of it. And I respect that a lot.
If you saw my IG story earlier, you kind of know I was on this thing where my boy just gave me these LeBron 11s back. I don't know if you're familiar with the King's Pride joints.
Yeah.
One of the only LeBrons I ever bought, and at its time for its price point, I'm not a big basketball enthusiast. So stylistically, for me to go against the grain and be like, you know what? If I buy this shoe, I'm pretty much going to keep it. But at some point in time, I tend to give shoes away to friends and, those who feel like, I need this and you need it more than me. So I'll give it to you. But it's been cool in these last couple of years to spin the block on some shoes that have meant a world to me that for whatever reason or another, whether it's because of the texture or the exclusivity or what it meant to me in that moment in time, what it meant to be like, hey, can I have that back? And not at most notably the Dinosaur Jr. dunks.
Oh, come on. Those are the Dino Jr.
Not everyone's favorite, but I always bring it up in conversation because of how starkly unique it was just being all silver.
Yeah.
And
it was ahead of its time. It's from a time period where SB, I feel, was really getting to their shit. Like you have the Dino Juniors, you have the Marks and Mindies,
just to me like the play of silver being like Morgan Mindy's is the perfect example because it has the silver paneling. Yeah. But the shoe was all silver, and again, at a time where I didn't get to discern which shoes I would get or whatever, things fell into my lap. And whether it was because of a trade or because of just something that I did for somebody that was like, hey, not my size, here, take these, you'll appreciate them more. SB is the juggernaut that it is now. And I'm happy that we're kind of seeing this like secondary resurgence of it both. It's been around forever right now, but the way that in these last couple of years, there's been this return to form, I think, post-pandemic.
Yeah.
I think the Chunky Dunky that year kind of set things in motion. Haritos, Born X Rays.
The Haritos was so fire.
I see things that I unfortunately have to spin the block on because I'm like, look, either the release is too convoluted or I can't get it or whatever. But the shoes that I do get to skate and choose on a regular basis, to me, all resonate for different reasons. I'm happy that I have a wide enough rotation that where if I should so choose to skate a different shoe for a 3-4 weeks straight and every shoe is a different shoe. But because the rotation is so strong, no one shoe gets damaged more than any other.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, you care about these shoes, you can't have them all. I'm at the point now where it's not about having them all. It's about having the ones that resonated to you the most at a point in time, or, RIP. The Born X Rays dunk still resonates crazy to me because I've never got to meet Spanto, but Born X Rays is a brand to me that really, in a post-streetwear era, positioned itself to really be the best about community and take that.
Which one are those exactly?
It's we'll cue it up in the post for the YouTube. But it's a navy blue and white dunk with an iridescent swoosh with a whole bunch of Native American tribal hits throughout the shoe. I believe also the bottom sole is translucent, and on the bottom I think it might say "Live Forever" or something like that. But it's one of the shoes from last year that definitely captivated my attention as far as it was the fact that it was gonna drop almost a week before he died too was kind of the thing too, where damn, we really didn't know. And the whole reason this man beat cancer and made this brand what it was, and that was the biggest fight to me. That made me respect him even more. This man had cancer, got into remission, built this brand up. And then, if it was a car crash, I think that killed him. That a car crash and, Kobe, a helicopter crash. We'd be losing our goats to mad trivial shit that we just, getting in the car with you earlier with homie, shit like that I don't take for granted. Getting in a whip with somebody that, you know, albeit your friend or whatnot, it's a crazy world out there. We don't get the luxury of knowing what the fuck we're about to do when we say we're going to be somewhere, and however we should, you know, choose to get there.
Yeah.
We might not make the journey.
You even saying that just now made my mind automatically think like, at least it would have been a sick ass whip. But that's just that's my card. That card thinking about me that I was talking about earlier. It's just like, all right, if that's how you thinking. My mentality is like, well, you're right. That would be whack. But at least we was in a sick ass whip.
The life you live and how you go, yeah, it's very, you know, bro. But
God doing what he loves.
Yeah. But usually we, you know, shout out to everybody in the chat that's already here. I don't usually do this, but somebody, just side note, somebody was like, Bret or Shawn, as in wrestling.
Okay, Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
Damn, Shawn Michaels with that kick hitting for me right now. Bret Hart is like, the way people say like, yo, Cameron made the color pink hot. To me, Bret Hart made the color pink hot.
His whole family was doing that.
And like, you know, so I appreciate that lineage of, you know, what he did. But in that conversation, culturally for me, it's Shawn Michaels and that fucking super kick.
I was about to say it's Shawn Michaels for me too.
It's him going through the back lot, kicking everybody. And then the one with the little girl.
Oh, and the little girl caught it. But they made sure that on camera you don't see the
Yeah, they took it perfectly. I was like, see, this is entertainment.
Yeah.
This is wrestling
But they
entertainment.
made sure that when he did the motion, you hear the girl go, ah! She get rocked. Yeah. You're right.
The cooks with the salad.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I was like, yo.
Lettuce in the edge.
He's going on a rampage
Yeah,
backstage.
yeah.
I love it, man. The Attitude Era, we didn't call it the Attitude Era because we didn't know that's what it was, what we was living in. But, yeah.
That's true.
That shit, you know.
This is our era.
I'm a fan again after going to my boy Duggar. Shout out Duggar. He brought me to Survivor Series at the Barclays Center in 2018, I think it was, or 2019. And I had been a far removed fan. Like, the year that the Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, I kind of tuned out. Because I was like, ain't shit sacred no more. I thought this was entertainment. You could still make the Undertaker win every time, and it would still be entertainment. But the way he kind of just did his thing at the last WrestleMania is kind of like,
yeah,
this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Just fucking entertainment.
It is definitely, it's definitely about entertainment, 100%. I'm with you with that. Shawn Michaels is where it's at.
We actually did a episode last week or two ago. We talked about, because Bleacher Report made a list of the top 50, but we only did 10 because 50 is a lot. And they actually had Shawn Michaels, if I was right, he was number 8. Bret was number 1. How you feel about that?
Number one, was it number one best wrestler or
best WWE wrestler of all time?
Of all time,
basically influence.
It was overall. The basis was it was overall their impact, how the fans received them, all of it.
My take is that if Bret Hart is number 1 on that list, those motherfuckers are old and they grew up in that era where Bret Hart was their number 1.
But you ain't wrong.
And that's why it's their number 1.
It had a lot of old.
If it was our gen and we did it, Stone Cold, Rock, Cactus Jack, Shawn Michaels, top 5 type shit. I'm
Stone
just
Cold
shooting the
was
shit.
He was 2.
Stone Cold
Macho
was 2.
3.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the way I love the Macho Man.
Yeah.
Shout out the Macho Verse. That's my boy.
I'll tell you the
best New York City Macho Man cosplayer ever. Oh yeah. I'm talking into my phone like I'm.
Yeah, that's like. I looked down. I was like, wait.
I love that. All right, so
which camera's the camera? Is the rhetoric when motherfuckers
Were we rolling?
I'm not media trained. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. Neither were we.
So we're gonna go back to the hood real quick.
Yeah. So all right. So bet Lincoln Terrace Park. Boom. That was first hood. First hood is like obviously Brooklyn. That's the whole Crown Heights little sector, little 2-3 train, Rutland Road, Sutter Avenue, shit type vibe. The second is graduating from there, 8th grade, going into high school, and not a hood, but like the city. So like I went to High School of Art and Design, and that's Midtown. That's 57th and 3rd,
that's a switch up.
Or 53rd and 3rd or something like that, whatever. We were there at the time. The building's moved a couple of times now. I got to go back. I kind of want to be a part of the alumni association so badly because
you're definitely a dope person to be a part of your high school.
When I heard that Mos Def went to our school, I was like one of the most, they do like the tour thing and they tell
Yeah.
you who went there. And the only person that stuck out to me was Mos Def. I was like, interesting. Shout out Yasin Bey.
Guess who went to my school?
Who?
Diddy.
He went to Mount.
Not for nothing. I'm not.
I bet you they're not gonna tell anyone that ever again.
Damn, scrubbed from the
I
archives.
was never gonna
He's
talk
gonna
about
get
that
scrubbed
ever.
out.
Scrubbed from the archives.
He's getting scrubbed from the alumni
Fucking
archive.
Xerxes.
Mount is never
While
gonna talk about
uttering the name Diddy, who shall be punishable by death.
that.
fucking
Yearbook,
shit,
you gonna rip
dude.
the whole page for him.
Yo.
That shit is getting cooked out of the books.
Cooked out of the books.
And frankly, not that like everyone loves to be like, ha ha ha, like yeah, you're going to jail and your life's over. But like this man really built a lot of things that we really kind of like. And the whole thing about it for me is just like
I never bangs with him, so.
I feel that, but just he got Mace Masters and shit, and I'm just like, he has a lot more bad about him, but he's also done a lot of like, I can't speak to the good because I wasn't around for any of it, but I just hate to see a black man's empire crumble underneath his feet in real time in this era, because it's just like, bro, the scrutiny is just, bro, you got people making fake satirical, it's just the satirical content that comes from it, bro. And frankly, I sulk in disgust every time I hear the fake, whether it was fake audio or not, the Meek Diddy screaming and shit. But like, whatever, man. It's just
I know what you're talking about now. I just caught what you're saying.
too much.
That was too much.
Too much propaganda has already come from this campaign.
That Meek Diddy shit was that if it real or fake, I don't know, but that shit was OD.
Like if as soon as you like mention it, I kind of hear it, and I'm like, that's wild. Cause like there's been a lot of sexual assault cases and things like that have come to popular culture that I've never had any audio to like have me feel grounded in.
But we're talking about. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into this, but
me either.
Yeah, but we were talking about
surface level.
a dude that is on like multi-million-dollar level where some people are trying to get any dirt they could get on a person.
Yes.
So like
That TMZ money be I need
exactly. Your fucking assistant that you just cursed out is walking by while you're doing some dumb shit. Like.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
I can imagine working in that office, man. Like, as a staff photographer or something like that, being like, yo, we need you to go to fucking South Boulevard and whatever the fuck in LA and go shoot Kanye walking out of wherever the fuck. And,
Yeah.
Bro, I should have.
All I know is if I was on, what was the first group? It was the band. When he did that.
Making the band.
Yeah, like you're thankful for the opportunity he gave you.
Right.
But you're sitting at home like, yeah, whole lot, yeah. Remember you maybe walk to Brooklyn, go get food? Yeah. I know one of the five of them is sitting there like, yeah, whole lot.
Diddy being just in control of things. And it's funny too, because like one of the best, when you tell me like about Diddy, right, there are only a couple of things in my mind that really resonate. It's Ciroc, as like, it's, I guess, how.
Is that even the thing anymore?
I mean, maybe not, but for a long time.
I know what you're saying though.
Jay-Z's whole thing with like, yo, I'll be damned if I drink Belvedere while Puff got Ciroc.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
Support
it's
black.
that thing where like, do that. And then,
black, yeah.
Revolt, I never really bought into their media empire. But I knew a homegirl who worked for them, Erin. She's in gaming now. Shout out Erin Simon. One of the only people I think in the gaming industry that actually a real needle mover. So shout out to her. But
I love that.
But she came from Revolt. And
Revo was making his move for a little while.
yeah, but just now I'm like, oh man, just seeing like all these little like intersecting things that he built that now as a result of all this bullshit, it's like not bullshit, but it's real shit. But
Yeah.
just like you know.
Yo,
I get it. Let's talk about what's going on right here though.
well, we done with the hood stuff. I was gonna ask you something. But
Tap in. We're still on.
no, I mean, it's actually it goes to what he was saying. I was gonna ask you. So at what part,
The hood.
in the hood and all that, did this come about? Did this part of Levi create? Because us and Nerds in the Hood, we all started at different ages with our collection of and our
I can
love
trace
for
it.
this table,
Just
because
things.
your table that you brought today is covering all the bases. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
I made sure to make sure all my talking points were kind of placed out here. I place a lot of my interest in all of this as a Black American kid who didn't have cable immediately growing up. Sometimes you have the luxury of having Cartoon Network when you're fucking 4 years old.
Right.
And you're tapped in. Boom, boom, boom.
So just a brief idea. What age are we talking about that
Let's
you're tapping
see.
in? And that's just because I want to know where you were at with Toonami.
I know. By the time, oh man. The thing about Toonami is, for as influential and as pivotal as it was for putting a lot of people on to that Eastern shit, it's like, bro, I didn't tap into it until so much longer. I want to say around maybe 6th or 7th grade when I finally had cable. I could get home and Toonami wasn't even on after school anymore. It's fucking Shamuzi or whatever the fuck Toonami was doing, Cartoon Network was doing at that 5 p.m. block.
Okay.
Toonami was just getting shifted into that late night.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
At the time, they were kind of making it a little different by the time I finally got in. But I used to hate going to school in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, and people would tell me about the Boo Saga, and I don't know shit. All I'm watching is fucking Kids WB11 reruns of early Dragon Ball Z shit that's not even relevant.
You know what's crazy about you even saying
at.
this right now is that I kind of forgot that, I guess, because I don't know, at the time when you're a kid, you don't really understand that. You just in your house watching TV. I got Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I have all these channels, and then you go to school, I guess, and you're talking to people, and they're like, I got WB11. I didn't see that Toonami episode, and I'm like, really? But I get what you're saying now.
But not even limited to Toonami. I knew the hurt that I felt when motherfucker was talking about Raw. I know we didn't get into wrestling and shit yet, but we did touch on it a bit.
Yeah,
but
the
way motherfuckers been talking about Raw and bro, I can't. It's on USA or it's on some shit that I'm I don't have that. It's the topic of conversation Tuesday morning in school, and I just can't even contribute. And I used to hate not being able to contribute to the conversation. So I just hear all the things. I remember one night a long time ago, a wrestler had farted. And I thought that was the funniest shit ever, because I always used to wonder, they wear these fucking they wear underwears, right?
Yeah.
Some sort of poop, or a la Paul Pierce, a poop game or a poop match or something might have happened at some point in time. And the way it never really happened is still a testament to, I guess, the integrity of how good those underwears are or whatever. But
so surprisingly, it never happened.
Or this is the wrestling
a dark match, maybe.
Yeah. So
this is the wrestling encyclopedia right here.
Well, not an encyclopedia, but years later, because I don't know everything. Years later, when they rebooted Tough Enough, Stone Cold actually admitted that in a house show, he said Yokozuna, I think, slammed him so hard he shat his pants.
Incredible.
Yeah, and he had to.
That's not even funny. That's
he was trying to tell us. He was trying to tell the contestants, because one of the early challenges, you got to run the ropes, which is more harder than it looks. And their pants were sagging and everything, and they're like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to do this. And he's like, you got to keep going. The match don't stop. They think the crowd give a fuck. So he was like, yo, one time Yokozuna slammed me so hard, I shit my pants.
Like a scoop slam?
Yeah, he was like, I shit my whole pants.
Oh, my God.
He was like, I stank. I got up.
But he did it, though.
And I had to keep fighting.
Oh, my God.
You can't stop it.
Nobody's going to smell,
Yokozuna. The big sumo dude. Well, he's...
Yeah, but I just saw Roman Reigns' whole documentary this last weekend.
Yeah, so he's fighting
So now
Yokozuna.
I know, but I'm
he's
that's
fighting
crazy.
Yokozuna, right? He's fighting Yokozuna.
He's at Yokozuna.
Yokozuna slams him. He takes his shit.
Yeah.
And then, so that means that Yokozuna smelt that shit the whole rest of the fight.
Still had to be kosher about it.
They had to just... You can't lean over and go, yo, my man, we gotta stop. They had to keep going.
And this is before I knew about the communication of the in-ring.
Yeah,
every turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Yo, you good?
Yeah, right.
You all smell like shit.
Exactly.
I be seeing those little interactions now.
I'm sure that happened too. They probably was like,
yeah, you gotta address the other man and let him know what the fuck is up. Whether it be in the middle of a submission, when you're really close, and be like, yo, bro, no, you gotta
say what they're gonna do next.
You gotta chill, bro.
I feel like when you watch wrestling, you do sometimes see that moment where someone's actually hurt for like a good minute or two. And then you see the after the because initially everyone's hurt for like 10 to 20 seconds. It's that extra minute that you'll start seeing the other person like yo.
People,
you right? Because they buy time for their boy.
What do you mean? A tag match is a perfect example because like. Yes, for all the bullshit one person will take that you don't see the other partner, that other partner's like, that's what that is, and I know that now.
Yeah.
Yep,
but sometimes you're like, yo, where the hell is your partner? Should be going wrong.
Why you? He's like, there's a reason.
Should be going wrong.
I just got fucking slammed 6 times in a row, and I need to fucking.
We don't hear about that shit until they're on a podcast talking about it. Like, that's what happened on that match.
Actually, he didn't shit himself, but also another time was when he faced Owen Hart in an actual pay-per-view, and Owen Hart did the pile driver wrong and broke Stone Cold Steve Austin's whole neck.
Like clavicle type shit?
Mid-match.
Oh my God,
and
they still ran it?
Yeah, he finished and won the whole match.
Yo,
he won it right.
I swear it's adrenaline and just being in front of a crowd because there's no fucking way, bro.
I mean, but it's kind
of like also like when you skate and you like.
That's all sports stuff.
You fuck up and maybe there are people watching. I saw a kid fucking eat shit on a fucking city bike yesterday in front of EV. Like really like endo over. And like I know that, but the way he was in the middle of a fucking intersection and was like.
I love it.
I just rose the fuck off. I was like, that's fucking New York, bro.
Yeah, too many people.
You can't be holding up traffic for nobody for no reason. Yeah. You better fucking go to the side or some shit.
He's right. Too many people to sit there and go to check on yourself. You just gotta go.
And nobody's gonna ask you. People will be like, people will look at you like.
Yeah. Nobody wants, like, one person wants to ask, but you don't really want to answer.
I think you got it.
I think because that one person that asks, you're going to be dumb tight. Like, I'm good.
But the energy of that person's being like, no, he got it. You better believe you better fucking have it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Because, like I said, I'm not about to just sit here and be like, call an ambulance.
The Peter Griffin?
I don't want to be an inconvenience to my fellow New Yorkers. I swear to God, that's my biggest pet peeve.
You won't be because they'll just walk
it's the worst, bro. Just for any reason.
Let's break down the table a little bit. Where would you like to start?
Good question.
Would you want to start at Beyblades? Because Beyblades would be the oldest thing on the table.
Beyblades would be the thing that kind of predates every fucking thing here, I'm not going to lie. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a close second.
You ripped it early.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a close second, but Beyblades is definitely where it's at. Shit. So I got the second one loaded up right here.
I forgot how to even do this.
Never before.
Ripcord first, follow the little, follow the thing, boom, make sure it's...
rip.
Okay.
Beyblades.
There you go.
No Diddy.
Yeah, bro, I just finished G Revolution Season 2 again this weekend, just to make sure. I'm trying to throw an event at the Bronx Brewery right now.
A Beyblade event? That's crazy.
I'm putting so much of my own money into this event.
Wow.
And it's plastic era only, so it's all the ones that we fucking know. But I'm trying to make sure that you guys basically have to do nothing. You guys come in, I'm going to have stadiums available. You'll be able to spin and compete for free beer. Prizes.
Oh, free beer?
Yeah.
So you don't even bring your own Beyblade and you can get a free beer?
Let's go.
I'm trying to pack the house, bro. I could charge $5-10, but the way I'm like, nah, I want to do this for me. And like I've told them earlier, like my thing is I've invested so much of my own capital into this already. Shout out Za too. It's just it means a lot to me, and it occupied so much of that. Right before I got into skateboarding, like this was my world. I really got into this. And just kind of realizing that, I think it was at this...
What year are we talking about here? Beyblades what?
Like late to mid 2000s.
The most recent Beyblade that I bought from the era that I fucking give a fuck about was from 2003. But that was like a couple of seasons in. So I would actually date it back to maybe 2001 is really where it... I'm 32, so y'all do the math on that. But I'm not about to... I hate quick math. This really occupied a moment in time, and then one day it was like the last time I put my Game Boy down and then realized I was like, I put the Game Boy down, it's like when the 3DS came and shit, and you're like, oh, sick. The next
level has arrived.
The next thing, like we don't do this anymore. I feel the same way about Yu-Gi-Oh! In that
this is old.
And that's why I'm like Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of falls into that thing too, because I really fucked with the camaraderie of sitting across from somebody, shuffling the deck, like tangible shit, you know, like the I got some, you guys can't see these, but I got on the table here, I got the God cards,
Gold.
you know, straight up.
I like.
It's 25th anniversary shit. It's all reprinted bullshit, but you know.
What I would say about the cards you chose to bring is that you are saying your truth, and the fact that you brought the golden era of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like you have the Red Eyes Black Dragon. This is the old graphic style. All the fucking gods. Then you have the Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Dark Magician. Like the only one that you're missing out of that is the girl.
Yeah, Dark Magician girl.
Dark Magician girl. And this is the original.
What I would call the first waifu.
Yeah, those are the original badass. Like before people were beasting about Exodia and all of that. That's what it was. Right?
I didn't know why waifu was.
Exodia, right?
Exodia.
Yeah.
Exodia would have been goated too if I had Exodia too.
This is the original.
Let me get a fucking secret rare set of Exodia and be fucking giddy as shit about it.
And the mat is all Karibos. Another big one.
That's another touch here. You can probably see it through the, I'm not sure about to.
My man held it down through two chapters of Yu-Gi-Oh, y'all. If y'all don't know.
That was weak.
But we fuck with Dronzer though. Shout out Dronzer. Dronzer gang in the chat.
You ain't getting no free beer doing that, bro.
Damn, you're right.
You ain't getting no free beer doing
that's the thing too, is the biggest part about it is like, yo, I really want people to just like fucking come with it and just, real endurance shit, you know?
You ain't getting no free beer.
And not for nothing, these aren't even like, there's still so much more money to be spent to make this event the way I want it to be. But these ripcords aren't even like the thing about the ripcord is that it's supposed to be longer. The more room you have, and more energy and inertia you have to unleash. So God, I'm ashamed to say I spent like $500 this weekend on.
When's this event again? Let them know.
This event feasibly should be taking place next month, the first Sunday at the East Village location of the Bronx Brewery.
My shit was weak, but that shit's still going. You've been talking for 3 minutes.
I'm poised to have, obviously, some sort of giveaway and something like that. But the more I really just want to gauge interest in anybody that might be interested in just fucking spinning some tops and having a good time. And, that's it. And not even limited to just that, because the way we'll have the Switch ready, we'll have the Smash Brothers, we'll have the Mario Kart. But it's really more about just like trying to see, like, again, I'm following a lot more of this online Beyblade culture, and I'm seeing that, hey, why aren't these events happening in the metro area? Where can I go to like just, So I'm trying to make it, if I build it, they will come sort of mentality about this. But but the way I don't want it to be half-assed either. It's just like, I want to have the good stadiums. I want to have like the best of. I want to have tiers. We're starting with plastic, obviously, but we're gonna go into metal and metal fusion and burst and but. That's it.
I love that, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Za. He said he can't wait for the Beyblade event, which will be happening at Bronx Brewery. Levi Dopeness is the IG. We'll put out more information about that soon. But yeah.
Follow the Bronx Brewery for now. I'm in the process of making the flyer now for this event. You'll see it on there first. Go to our website, join our newsletter. I'm in charge of all that shit. So as soon as I have the assets, they will be in circulation.
Yeah, let us know.
And you will see them.
Yeah, what's up? So let's run it one time. One time for the one time.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
2 Dronzers? Ooh, spicy. 3, 2, 1, rip!
Which is
Spicy.
I can't remember which one was which.
And now I know now that I did this, now I know I gotta fucking tape down the stadium so that they don't fucking shift over when shit gets sweet. But that was lit. It was basically a tie for those of you watching at home. You can't put 2 Dronzers together and expect them not to fucking equalize. But yeah, I'm excited for this event. This is something that means a lot to me. Beyblading, akin to Yu-Gi-Oh, are kind of the first media that I got into that, I didn't. The whole thing about anime is like it's all cartoons to us at first, and then you don't really know as you get older what is an anime, what's a cartoon. Mm-hmm. Cartoon is a property that there you go.
Oh yeah, my bad. Okay.
That's shit.
My bad.
Make sure watch it straight.
Fuck it up, bro. Come on now.
My bad. All I felt that though.
That's my only warning to you. But go ahead, what you say.
But also, yeah, the what the fuck was I saying? That was hilarious.
Cartoon and anime, you saying?
Yeah, the differential between cartoon and anime, and
I
like,
got you.
you know, we watch Looney Tunes and shit, and like, oh, every episode is the same and shit, and where my love for anime, I think, really started, not even realizing that Yu-Gi-Oh and maybe Beyblade and stuff were anime in that realm, but it was like I was saying, like not having cable, you're subject to Fox Kids and Kids WB, and then whatever, you know, you don't know a lot about how cartoons make it to America at that stage in our lives, but whatever comes through is what comes through, right?
Right.
So the way I was saying, like, I would catch Dragon Ball Z on Channel 11 in the morning while I'm getting ready for school, like, and just, all right, it's old shit, but I don't know it's old. I see Goku, I see Krillin, they're fighting Frieza, but people in school are like, we're on the Boo Saga, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, okay, well.
Mad late.
I'm like, I do what I can, but it was not. It took me forever to catch up. It wasn't until the Budokai games and shit dropped that it was like you can play the entire story up until a certain point. And, you know, at that point, the anime is still kind of all reruns.
Right.
But you're being rerun in a certain saga or whatever the fuck you're watching whenever you're watching it.
Budokai, we're talking PlayStation, right? PlayStation
Yes, that
1 or
first.
2?
I remember buying that first fucking Budokai on PS.
I think it's 1, and then it comes out. The better ones are on 2.
Was it on PS2 or was it on PS1 first?
It was multi-platform.
I feel like it was a PS1, PS2 case. The
I mean,
first
the
time
reason
around.
why you're saying PS2 is because PS2 was the better Budokais. But I think PS1 had one. I think it was always PS2.
PS1 had Dragon Ball games for sure, but they were also Japan exclusive. Final Bout.
Yeah.
They had GT shit on PS1 that we didn't have.
Yeah, the GT shit. That's the craziest thing about that whole series, right? The GT shit is not.
GT was like the
real,
oldest
but
shit.
they had games.
Yeah, games.
Yeah, that's when the legendary Super Saiyan 5 type vibe.
Right.
That we
the fours on there. Yeah,
remember Spanish drawing with the white hair and the it was like, the most. I've watched whole YouTube documentaries about that shit, about just the lineage
the
of.
Budokai shit started. Yeah, it was the PS2, and GameCube got on there a little late, but then they all ended up having it. And then here we go.
Then we got into Tenkaichi. And
then we got Tenkaichi.
And I remember when Tenkaichi first dropped.
Tenkaichi.
And now we got Sparking Zero.
But cutscene. I'm excited for Sparking Zero.
All right, so what are we moving on to?
We did the Blades.
So somewhere in my love for, again, I'm trying to be timeline conscious about this whole table here.
I mean, would it be Optimus Prime?
You would guess. But no.
It's not because it's the G-Shock edition, but Optimus Prime in general.
Nah, see, I mean, yes, there is like a weird room back when I was younger for like Beast Machines and the early CG Transformers.
Zoids and stuff?
Yeah, Zoids is almost kind of like, damn, I do have a Liga Zero in here, but that's a different type of thing too. Zoids was like one of those things I came across when I first got cable and woke up early to get to school and woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and Zoids' Chaotic Century was on. And I'd be like, oh, I'll fuck with this. And I'm having breakfast, like, my mom's like, get out the fucking door. But I'm like, the Liga Zero about to, whatever. But the anime shit is like very, it's like a firm cutoff. But the thing about, again, the property of the anime versus it having a peripheral like a toy, and that's kind of how I understand now as I get older why certain shows existed longer than others, is because if you didn't have a toy attached to it, nobody wanted to renew a second or third season of your show unless you had a toy to sell. So Beyblades being something that still, albeit with some drop off and comeback, has
that
come
makes so
back.
Much what you just said makes so much sense. Like now that I think
But as a
about
kid, we didn't know that. But it was their job to be like,
That's
put
why-
a good cartoon on, make a good toy, and sell the fuck out of that toy.
See how far
Right.
it goes, yeah.
But
We didn't
that's
know
exactly
that.
why
Yeah, we didn't
Digimon
know.
didn't.
And if
last.
that was the case, I'd tell my mom, yo, buy every fucking Justice League figure.
Trying to save the show, Ma.
If I understood how much more of a endeavor it was to save a show, I would have fucking had my mom buy every toy that she saw.
Because this is a Digimon, right?
This is a Digimon. This is Gallantmon. Gallantmon is from the season 3, which is the Digimon Tamers arc, which is the one that incorporates the card game. So this was, again, a la Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything that came with a peripheral that was also.
Was that the one where the? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Oh.
I was gonna say, was that the one where the Digimon came to the city?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one. That one was cool. Go
So
ahead.
yeah, this is Guilmon, and the main protagonist, he has Guilmon. It's like this big dinosaur.
Yes.
And he's trying to hide him,
hide
and his
him, yes.
parents are like, "What the fuck is this noise?" And
Yes.
so this is their
was
This is
cool.
their
That was
bio-merge form. At some point in the anime, they become one with the Digimon,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of set the standard for what would be a whole lot of other crazy Digimon shit.
Yeah, that was-
But this resonated a lot because it was the first season that one felt a little bit more true to life, but then also with the advent of it tying in again a card game, and you would actually swipe the card. This is like a Tamagotchi basically, and you swipe the cards into it and give power-ups to your. So almost like in that vein of like the Game Boy Advance with the Pokemon e-reader,
Yeah.
where the cards give you power-ups.
Yeah, yeah.
It's when that was like oh my god, that was like kind of the golden era of peripheral to digital type of shit. And some brands did it better than others, but
There's you got a lot of heat, man. You got a lot of heat. Obviously me as a advocator of Supreme, as we all know on this show.
I call you in my head. I call you Camp Pat God. Like you,
Thank you, bro.
you know,
Thank
I almost wore one today because of you two. I had my first fit of the day. I just threw some shit together, and I had the Dinosaur Juniors on.
I'm not gonna lie. I brought this one out just because of you, because I know you like you're big into fashion.
I'm happy I didn't go green hat either, because I would have gone velvet green on.
That's
you,
what I was
but
about to
like,
say.
That's why I didn't want to.
You probably would. I didn't think about it later, but it would have made sense if you wore that velvet green Yankee fitted you be rocking.
It was weird.
But I just wanted to bring out a little bit more subtle heat, so I brought out this Supreme Kangol.
Yeah.
And like I know like
I actually didn't realize it was Kangol.
Yeah.
The texture alone should have already made. I know what a Kangol feels like.
yeah, bro.
But that's
and it has no back. Like it's a full.
It's
solid.
seamless. I love
Yeah.
that. That's actually what's nice about it. Like it's the seamlessness of
Yeah,
it.
I got lucky on this one. This is one of my ones that I keep tucked
I'm sure
away.
they made a black one. I'd spin for a black one maybe.
I don't know if they made a black one. Maybe they did. I can't remember what the colorways
I couldn't
were.
imagine they wouldn't, but we'll see.
Actually, it might have only been black and green.
That's
Or a
safe.
red one. I
They-
can't remember.
Supreme can't do shit in one color, bro.
Yeah.
It's like impossible for them.
He do it randomly around the table. But what is this?
So this is if we want to talk hoods, let's spin this to so we mentioned my going to High School of Art and Design. By the time I in my senior year, I'm in the cartooning program. The school has a lot of different art specific programs. Architecture, fashion, film and photo, cartooning. I wanted to join cartooning, obviously, since Jump Street. Cartooning played a big role in my, we all draw Sonic and Dragon Ball Z and shit growing up and whatever. And at some point, it's like, all right, like I do this. Oh, I just realized your 100 sticker on the fridge. You have OG bar logo. That's tight.
Yeah, we got.
That's also gonna help with this conversation moving forward. So yeah. So I went to the high school my senior year. The teacher I expressed my concerns about being in the animation sector and how being a cog in the machine isn't something I want to do. And once I understood that 7 cells per second was the median for animation, was like, all right, that
does that
means
mean?
7 drawings, and that's an animation I think of the era that I was in. If you're trying to do like a more fluid animation, maybe you double up on that and do 14 cells per second. But that's 17 drawings to reflect the animation effect that you want. There's people who work in the industry who are the keyframers, who create the more dynamic frames, say the beginning, the middle, and the end, and then the cogs in the machine fill all the frames in between. So when these big Dragon Ball movies are done, or Miyazaki movies are done, like the teams that are behind them, the individual people, the kind of thing where if you're coming into this industry, you're going to be doing that for like 10 plus years. Just coming in and drawing. You're not even getting an animation credit. You're just someone who gets to say that I got to contribute on this and that. And that didn't sit well with me. And it kind of stopped my my animation ambitions quick. Because I was like, I'd rather just create a cool graphic or something that can live forever that doesn't need the caveats of animation. So knowing that, my professor at the time, Arthur Borkhan, he told me, all right, this is like, I've dealt with this before. I was happy he had actually done with it before because I felt like I was letting my entire creativity kind of implode. And he was like, hey, you're still creative. I feel like I got a good sense about what you like. You know, I was still into skateboarding and streetwear at the time. And he basically carved out my entire senior curriculum into like a graphic design program. And he had me design a sneaker, Q1. He had me design an album cover, Q2 of my favorite artist. He had me do a movie poster, Q3. And then Q4, he had me freestyle whatever I wanted type shit. I'm actually kind of mad. I don't remember what the fourth thing was. But at the end of the year, he kind of laid it to me straight. He was like, I think you would be suited for graphic design. And that was the energy that I took going into college. That's where this story takes me to the Art Institute of New York, where I spent a full year immediately out of high school. I was on, I'm black, and my mother's like, time out after school? No, just keep going to school. So that next September, I was in college, and I'm at the Art Institute of New York. It was called AI, whatever. Funny enough, the whole AI shit now. But I'm there. I enjoy my first year more or less of learning about the color theory and typography, but there was a photography course that came into that sector. And the photography courses all the courses were these hyper-accelerated 12-week programs where every week we're covering the thing, and we go out into the world in that week, and we come back, and whatever you shoot has to represent what the assignment was, and we critique each other and all that stuff. And I enjoyed the format, but people also kind of lamented the whole thing about the program because it was the only program that gave you a free camera. We got the Rebel XTI at the time, which was the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first camera in the Rebel series. So people were just, I remember like the cafeteria or whatever that day, everyone's like, I'm in fashion, I'm a graphic, I got a camera. And everyone's like, oh, I want a camera, whatever. And I didn't realize that I was about to get a camera too. But got one. Got into that school for about a year and some change. Fell in love. We only got 2 photo courses. Like I said, the courses are all 12 weeks each. So between 24 weeks and keeping the camera, I made it wasn't like a brash decision. It was a thing where at the time I was so immersed by streetwear and skateboarding that I had seen that the 100 store had opened in New York. And I'd been following their blog for a long time. So to circle back to the branding aspect of what this is a vinyl toy from the Hundreds by an artist called Michael Lau. Michael Lau actually has gone on to do a lot of other cool shit that I almost can't even begin to... It's like Cause or like one of those things. But what I do enjoy about this, and I didn't realize at the time when I got it, was that he's wearing Nikes. And Michael Lau's dunk is like it's like a fully wooden dunk. But it's like a one panel. There's no panels. It's like a one.
Is a real pair of shoes or?
Yeah, it's an actual pair. But it looks just like this is.
Yeah.
It's wood, but it's like
it's one flow. There's no panel. It's just
all wood, and I think it's like the accents are like lasered onto it. It's a very rare dunk. It's I would consider it a grail for sure. If I owned it, I almost don't think I would. I'd wear it, but I wouldn't skate it.
So he created this figure for the
Hundreds?
Yeah,
he does figures and stuff, and yeah, this was like the Atom Bomb is the Hundreds logo, and they've changed their logo since then because the bomb, even for us at the time, was always so extra.
It stood out though, but
yeah, that was kind of the point of that era though, was having a logo that was eye-catching and almost annoying to kind of. But Michael Lau kind of took his vision and his interpretation of it and made this vinyl toy. And although the bomb has never really had like a body or whatever, I kind of use this toy as like a mental visualization of what that bomb would look like if it. Kind of like you see the Bape head all the time.
Yeah.
I've designed this in concept many a times, and it hasn't worked out ever. But the way the Bape head is like basically a Sasquatch. But you put the vape head on an actual Sasquatch, and like it just doesn't
It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work.
It does, but depending on where
you would have to
depending on
change-
where your personal critique on how you think it looks is good.
Yeah, you would have to change what you think the rest of it looks
See,
like.
so what I ended up doing one time was actually putting the vape head on Mammoth from Teen Titans.
Okay.
If you're familiar with what his stature and look.
He's a villain, right?
He's part of the other five.
The other
Jinx.
five. Yeah. Jinx and them.
I kind of traced over his body one time in Illustrator and made it all furry, and it kind of put the vape head on that guy. And that actually kind of seemed to have worked, but it was, I love to just fuck around and just experiment with the graphics. But
So I got 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
First question, well, just real quick, because we're talking about fashion in the 100. Another person, shout out to Hassan, has asked,
So,
where did you get the vest from? Because they say your vest game always on.
oh, man. The same way I have a lot of stock in my Nike shoes, and I hate to pledge allegiance to the swoosh because I like to still feel like I'm influenced by whatever I think is cool. A lot of my vests are always Nike, so whether it's ACG or like I said this earlier, this is Nocta.
Which is the Drake Nike collab.
Yeah, Nocta is the Drake
How do you feel about that collab, honestly?
Offshoot. I see cool stuff every now and again.
I like the sneakers.
Those new orange joints are kind of cool that I saw. I saw the whole Dragon Ball influence with the stars underneath it and stuff too. I don't know if that was before or after Toriyama's death or whatnot.
Word. That's a good question.
But I see a lot of cool stuff from even the golf stuff they did. My boy, he's a big golf fan. Shout out Top Golf. Shout out
Tyler Creator's brand you're talking about?
No, Top Golf is like basically like a bowling alley for golf type shit.
Oh yeah.
Top Golf. Yeah.
So shout out, but the other brand I'm talking about is Malbon Golf. Malbon Golf is another golf brand. So Nocta did a golf collection at one point, I think in the last couple of years, and one of those things where it was designed really well, and although you might not be a golfer, you might swag it out and just
Your boy Zah said, would you extend your collection to other Bronx brewery desks?
The way having this desk at work is already I've done retail my whole life. So
mind you, just a quick shout out so you guys understand where that joke and question comes from. These things sit on my boy Levi's actual working desk, like his work desk. He brought all of this in for the fans, for you guys to, and also so that we have a better understanding of who Levi Dopeness is.
These are like Voldemort put his soul into 8 different things. These would be the things that I think my soul would be like: Gundam, Beyblade, photography, a little bit of wrestling, some Digimon, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, some beer.
There's one thing that keeps catching my eye though.
What is it?
Because I know we don't really
talk to me about it, please.
Yeah, we don't got time to go through everything.
But what is it?
The diamond. Yeah, can you explain?
Yes, of course. I would love to explain. This is core skateboarding at its finest. So Diamond Supply Co. is a brand that's owned by Nick Terche, proprietor of the Nike SB Tiffany Dunk, which I own in many varieties. Thankfully and blessedly, because again, I never thought I even owned the original pair from 2005. So that it's going on 25 years is crazy. I think the brand started in '98, and it's a skateboarding hardware company. My boy's not here. Hardware being like the nuts and the bolts that hold the trucks to the board. And I don't know how he landed on Diamond. I feel like it's almost kind of like a DGK kind of thing where it's like a shine bright in the rough type of mentality. Like skateboarders tend to be raggedy and dirty on a day where we've been skating all day long. You're usually not as fresh as when you come back home. So being a diamond or having the visual representation of the brand be a diamond and shine bright, stay bright. I resonate with the brand's one of the brand's slogans, which is simplicity is the key to brilliance. And I try to really champion that with everything I do. Like, there's a lot of cool shit you can do, but to be simple and to be effective and to be communicative is the end result. So this is a paperweight. It's just an actual. It's in the shape of a rupee diamond, which is great. My first time ever going to LA, I was fortunate enough because I worked for the hundreds at the time. Got to go to the Diamonds of
You worked
Falco.
for the hundreds.
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing about the diamond and the whole hundreds thing with this was, yes, at the point that I dropped out of college with my camera that I got was because they had opened a store in New York, the hundreds. And although I didn't feel as welcomed as I would eventually become, I dropped out and decided to just dedicate my free time to... Now, I was a customer at first. I bought the stuff whenever I had money to spend. But there was a good friend of mine to this very day, shout out Justin. Justin was a staff member who worked there at the shop, and I got the sense that he was cool. It's one of those things like you walk into Supreme and you see the guys and you're like, all right, like you're here, you're well established, you got it made. And that he seemingly gave a fuck and was like, I told him I do art. And what was cool about the stores at the time in the hundreds was that they had a MacBook, iMac, in like a window frame or like a picture frame, and it was on the photo booth. So people would come into the store all the time and take photos of themselves in the booth. And we get famous people and stuff all the time too as the years went on. But whenever you shot your photo on the booth, the photos went to the blog on the website. I don't know how they managed to even still rig this up to this day, but it's still one of the coolest things I think about brick and mortar is that you can set up these experiences where just because you're in the store and you're in the space, you have access to
the blog.
Yeah, or just, you knew you were going to be on the internet or whatever you showed.
And for that time, that mattered.
It was a big blog. I mean, I was on the blog every day. For like 10 years straight, my morning thing was bacon, egg, and cheese, coffee, Hypebeast, and the Hundreds blog. Like, just wake up, read everything in the world that's coming out about fashion and what, the things that everybody should be wanting. I wanted to already know about it and know how to get it. And I think that set a strong precedent to the business and the life that I live now, because a whole lot of that is rooted in preparation and also knowing the status quo and what to expect and what not to expect. Yeah. And to be prepared.
I feel that. So you talked about right before you got into the 100. Even just now you said it that you dropped out with the camera. So let's talk about the two cameras and like that whole startup. So I'm guessing that was the jump start to the photography.
That was a big. All right, so somewhere in between. So these aren't the cameras that I started with. This is Right now there's a 5.
I know these are the when you pull those two out and you put them on the table, I say, wow, these are trophy shooters. Like he did not, even though I don't know if they work or don't work.
They're like artifacts of war.
Yeah, you're like shit. The stories that you have.
They still function. That's funny though. They do still function, and the way that I now have, I don't have a lot of cameras. I have 5, but the way that these are both
more than me.
Both industry relics. Both industry relics and also tools that I would use to educate a future generation. Because the 5D Mark II and the 7D are so... the 5D Mark II for so long was like a benchmark accomplishment in photography. Like, some Marvel movies are still filmed on that thing. So like that I can say I have the Mark III now also. That's in my immediate rotation. And the camera that I have with me on the regular now is the 1DX Mark II. It's in my tote bag. Shout out Sammy the Jew. Every camera that I've ever bought has been from another photographer who either elevated their shit and saw something in me that was like, hey, I'm going to give this to you for the low or for the, give me 200 now, 200 this week, 200 next week.
Right.
And I've always appreciated that because I wouldn't have had a 5D Mark II, the way where I was in life at the time when I got it. It's like Christmas 2014. The winter that out.
So this one or the one you shoot with?
I think the one in the front is the 2. Yeah, the one in the
2014.
The one in the front. It was the winter that's Fabulous dropped the Soul Tape 3. I don't know why my mind is like
Because you probably shot while
it was a cold ass winter. It was a cold ass winter.
Putting my headphones on, zone.
And it's that one track, The Hope, with Jadakiss that just fucking goes crazy. But I'll also send you the track if you want to play it on the. I don't know if we got the YouTube copyright for that.
Yeah.
Now that I know about the YouTube copyright, we're like, I don't know.
We don't. We actually be losing
It's
a
a
lot of
mixtape
things.
though, because
We've learned that the hard way.
Yeah, we had trial and errors.
Trial and errors.
it's a mixtape. But yeah, it was a cold ass winter that winter. And it was also the same holiday that I got the 5D Mark II, and I felt like the king of the fucking world because I had gotten it projectedly in my mind like 8 years before I thought I actually would have had it. And in photography years and in both digital shit,
That matters.
that was too long to wait.
Yeah.
So
eight years before, like if your game plan mentally is 8 years, by the time you would have reached that point, 3 cameras would have been out.
yeah,
Like,
we would have
so-
jumped generations so
Yeah.
far by then.
Yeah. So to catch it early, I totally understand. where
Well,
you're coming
my
from.
most recent camera, the 1DX Mark II, is like the magnum opus of this generation, where it's the biggest of them all. It's the fastest of them all. It's not the highest megapixel count, but there's no daytime event I can't shoot now. And that's a thing where the way Rick will say, like, do you know nighttime accounts for half of all time? The fact that I know that I'm good for half of all time on a daylight tip with my current setup is great.
Yeah.
The thing about me is my friends have always been DJs. My friends have always been in clubs. I do a lot of nighttime photography. I dabble in the night a lot more. So it's about maximizing the potential of these bodies to their fullest extent in a environment that they otherwise would not be optimized for.
What would you say is one of the, or a couple, maybe one or two of the...
One is higher. The 5D Mark II is higher in pixel density and in sharpness and in everything, but its points of focus aren't as apparent. You only have maybe like 9 points to work with of focus. The 7D is made for sports, and although the 5D Mark II is full frame, some people don't understand what full frame versus crop sensor is. It's like watching a movie on your CCTV or like your CTV, right? Where like maybe we're watching something in the 90s and we are stuck in a certain ratio. A full frame camera is like shooting on IMAX, where when you look to the viewfinder, you think you're only going to see maybe what's right in front of you, but to your surprise, you actually get
Everything.
right. And depending on what your lens is also,
Yeah.
that further increases your wideness.
Yeah. Which is crazy because I didn't know that about the camera, but that's in my mind. I only know wideness because of lens.
Yeah.
Right? So
but
like
it's, yeah.
you can now we've gotten better. We can change settings and do this, do that, and get a better view.
But yeah, as a base level, if your camera's full frame, even as a starter, you owe it to yourself. Sometimes you don't know, right? You get in wherever you get in, right?
Yeah.
And more than likely, it probably won't be full frame. But if it is, you slowly begin to realize how much more availability of space you have to record, and there's more room to play with in the scene. And albeit whether I'm shooting a rapper in a crowd of dudes, surrounded by a crowd of dudes, like that's that's a great shot, but it's like understanding what to do with that level of availability focal length wise, for your situation or wherever you are, understanding,
What's off the top of your head? What's the dopest thing you shot with one of these cameras? Just like off.
I want to say 5D Mark II is definitely the camera I got Mac Miller on.
What year was that you shot Mac?
This
Miller?
was the Mac Decent Block Party. The way I haven't heard about the Mac Decent
Mac
Block.
Miller is actually not up there. He did say
was
that
looking-
he wanted to bring Mac Miller.
There are some photos that I will talk about in this interview that I will in post, provide the assets for you guys to know what I'm
so
talking about.
let's talk about
So don't
the
trip.
Mac Miller. You're saying that's the dopest one, and then we could talk about the ones that's behind you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff on this wall too. The things about these things on these walls are this is much more recent
Yeah.
set. I've been shooting for a long time now. It's
many
like
years we're
11,
talking?
12 years now.
Okay.
But in those 12 years, I've tried to be not so show you my old work all the time when I do prints, because there's a lot of good stuff that I shoot all the time. you follow my Instagram is my visual diary. And the way I treat it is like, especially in this last year, where I just let the month pass, and then I get to go back and choose the best.
Changing up your strategy.
Or whatever the hell was the most poppin' shit this month. Let's do a 10. Apparently now you can do 20 posts in a carousel, which is insane.
20, wow. I didn't even know we could
I
do
saw
that.
Lee's posted she did a post, and she had
20?
She had 20. I was like, I commented 20. I was like,
So y'all counted that.
I was scrolling for too long. I was like, huh? Are we Tumblr now? Now we just get to dump, which is fine for me because again, a lot of my shit doesn't meet the cutting room floor when it comes to print. A lot of the stuff lives on my Instagram, so it's cool to finally be the Davey stuff that I was at last night or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I did see that.
To have prints.
You made me laugh with that too, talking about. Did you see? There's no girls here.
To be in a position to attend something one night and have the resources to have it in print the next is something I'm not taking for granted. But I've been blessed to have a couple of gallery events now with some great contemporary artists in my sector. And
how was that Mac Miller? I mean, to shoot Mac Miller in 2014. That's Mac Miller is in his prime.
This is right before Good AM dropped, and I love Good AM. The way that
I just kind of want to know where was it at that you took the shot?
Yeah, so this was the Mad Decent Blog Party. This was the year that it came to Coney Island Stadium.
Wow, okay.
And funny enough, I live down the block from there now, but like the way I was like, I get to go to Coney Island and shoot a whole thing. They actually DM'd me and reached out to me. One of the first times I actually had a brand reach out. Like I thought it was almost like fake back then because bots are more apparent now, but back then I was like, all right, I'll go to Coney Island and shoot this concert, and my photo pass was at the ticket window, and I was free to roam about the cabin, and it was cool. Mac Miller wasn't performing at this particular event, but he was just backstage hanging out.
I mean, to me personally, that's better.
Tyler, Taco, Jasper, they were all doing a set. As soon as I got there, Vic Mensa was on, controlling the crowd, crazy. I couldn't believe I was in that. I'm still not on the.
What age are you at this?
It's 2014, so 10 years ago.
24?
I'm 22.
Oh, yeah.
22.
Yeah. So, for the first time ever, I'm like at a venue where that space between the crowd and the stage is like free roam for me. And it just, I'm still not on that circuit now where I still shoot concerts, I still pay my ticket, but I still don't have the credentials that I want to be. On occasion, I find myself on stage.
I've seen you on some dope stages.
Last year, was it earlier this year? No, late last year, Conway, Irving Plaza.
That's what I was about to say. I did see you at the Conway. What was the Webster Hall one that you did?
Most recently, February, Smoke DZA.
Smoke DZA.
His birthday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We missed each other at that too.
Some of those opportunities are very somebody knows me and they bring me in. But once they bring me in, it's kind of like, you know more about where you need to be more than I do. So somebody, shout out Bar Brown, shout out anybody else that's ever gotten me into a spot that I'm, once you let me in the spot, I know that gray area of you're not supposed to be here, but you were here early. And being here, like I said, being prepared and being early matters. So sometimes I'm on stage for a little bit. And because I've been on stage maybe 2-3 times and security has seen me spin the block a couple of times, they're like, all right, he's cool. And then when shit finally hit the fan, like an hour or 2 hours into the event, I'm still on the stage. And they're like, oh, we saw him. He was early. And all the photographers that are my friends that are in the pit or whatever are like, how'd you get up there? And I'm like, I was early.
But in that work, that's how
I was early, and yeah, I made my presence felt.
Yeah.
I guess is what I would also say. But I talk to security. I try to be like on some, even though I don't think I'm bullshitting. I'm really just like relatable. I'm like, hey, look, I'm here. I'm early. Let me know where I need to be so I'm not in your way, whatever.
Yeah, but people don't understand like how simple that gets you. Like how that simple
relatability,
like,
just
yo, what's up, bro?
Being spatially aware is what I call it, because people be on the subway and just be unaware.
Oh man,
of how much space they take up.
I have a crazy joke about that stuff. Like you go to the Bronx clubs and stuff. Nobody ever steps on your sneakers. Like, that's a rare thing that happens. You go to Manhattan clubs, your sneakers are cooked.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a fair observation.
yeah, your
Nobody
sneakers
cares
are
downtown.
cooked.
Yeah.
Nobody cares downtown. Different group of people, bro.
And I be having that shit on. I chop it up to the game. I know better.
I said the Bronx, but I really want to say you go to a hood area.
Yeah, I was about to- they'll try at least.
The hood function, your
They'll
sneakers.
try.
That social awareness space thing is a real
I
thing.
care about it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want their
I
shoes
really
to get stepped
care
on, so they're
about
not
it.
gonna try to step on you.
Yeah.
Like
That's why I fuck
like
with you.
I don't like holding up a wall in the club, but when it comes to like being spatially aware, I'd rather my back be to a wall and I can see everything.
That's because
Much like being on the subway. Like I don't want
we're
nobody
from-
behind me.
We come from a different place. Like we come from the hood. We're mentally trained to put our back against the wall.
yeah.
Because you don't want to ever get run up on. It's
Yep.
like these weird little things
That's
that
also
are
some-
like embedded into you that really don't really matter because it probably won't really happen, but it's there.
It's almost like dating too. When you're like, when you're on a date and you give the woman the room with the view, the seat with the view.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the reverse of that to me
Yeah.
too, where I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, when I sit in a restaurant, that's the seat I want, but I'm like, oh wait, you can sit.
I have this weird thing where I go to restaurants and I especially when I'm on a date, I always have to face the door.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You
It's
like you like to see who's coming in.
exactly.
That's the Tony Soprano shit.
Yeah. I'm just I have this
has to
train
know.
I have this train of thought. Like I need to see the door.
Ain't
Like,
nobody coming in here on not my watch. like
that?
I
that
saw
right there?
you. I saw you members only jacket.
Who that right there? I know who you are. I know you.
Looking mad sus over there.
mad sus over
you
there.
a regular. You came in here and dapped five people.
Word. I know you, motherfucker.
Damn. That ending's so convoluted. That ending's so convoluted. Fuck, I hate that shit.
One last.
bro.
Well, actually, there's fun fact. You said that they brought out a secret video, which was like a lost ending, so to speak.
I would imagine they would have filmed some sort of alternative that maybe, release the Snyder Cut. But for The Sopranos.
Here's what's funny about it. It wasn't technically used for the TV show. It was used to convince LeBron James in 2010 to sign with the New York Knicks. So they made a video where Tony Soprano and his wife were in hiding, and it was only them two. The kids weren't there. They were in witness protection. They were sitting in there randomly, and then they said that they needed to find a place for Tony's friend LeBron. And he said, well, unlike me, he needs a place where he can be surrounded by a lot of people
Somebody-
and noise.
My man.
And you know what the place was they found for him? Madison Square Garden.
Stop, bro.
So now, when I saw that video, I said, damn, motherfucker, I would have went to Miami too.
But like
Yeah.
the way if any city was willing to piece together
Yeah.
the narrative of a show around my existence coming to a
Exactly.
city, fuck yeah, I'm going to that city. But
Nope.
I'm,
I like to think in my heart that Miami was
Yeah.
like, oh, they got you Sopranos? Hold on.
And that
and they
just-
showed a video of like a really old Al Pacino still trying to beat Tony Montana.
That just adds more to
Come on,
my.
Chico.
That just adds more to the story. That is the fact that LeBron James came to Connecticut to announce,
Yeah.
I'm going to Miami
Yeah.
Heat. Do you understand that?
I didn't realize location-wise that's where he was at the
Oh
time.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
they said it in the
That's great.
He did a 30
They just
minute
do a
special.
game. They do a game in that city that night or something. or?
No,
Bro,
there's no games there.
I
He
went
just-
I
went
to
there.
It. I went to it.
He just went there, yeah.
I went to
You
it.
drove to it?
I drove to
Yeah,
Connecticut.
I remember that.
I drove to Connecticut to go see because
30
me
minutes.
and my boy, one of my boys, shout out to my boy Jared. He's a diehard LeBron fan, and he was just like, "Yo, LeBron's coming to Connecticut to announce where he's going," and he thought he was gonna go to the Knicks. Maybe he's like, "Yo, we want to go." I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" Yo, when we get there, it was stupid crowded. People were not allowed in the building. It was mad people outside. For my man to get on a mic for maybe 10 minutes or so, not
No,
even.
the special was like 20, 25, whatever minutes, and then for like 1 or 2 minutes he announced where
Yeah, he announced, and he says, "I'm going to Miami Heat," and then bolts it out
Yep.
of this fucking. I think it was a school. Yeah, like,
because he knew it was about to
I seen
happen.
a couple of those like
Yeah.
get up and walk LeBron's.
Because my man's in
I actually
Connecticut.
saw him for like 3.5 seconds because we had we had came to a section that was like the front of the building, and he came out. So like we saw him walk down the stairs and like go in the car. And I always remember like later on in life laughing at the fact that I did that just for him to announce that he's going to Miami.
Just to tell you.
I was like, yo, if I was a real Knicks fan, I'd be tight. I'd be tight.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't a bunch of New Yorkers like, nah, bro, blocking the door or some shit. Like,
Word.
when you say you was going?
I was about to suggest it. I was like, I think it's time for another.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once you finish that shot, there's one last item on the table I want you to discuss.
A la Shot and Sharp.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the photos behind too.
Yeah, we can do that, and then the photos, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
No issue.
My boy Levi came with the knowledge.
Cheers. If you're at home, take a shot. If you're at home, take a shot.
Skip.
If you're at home watching or listening to this, take a shot. Those of you watching us on IG Live,
thank you for tuning
appreciate
in.
you for tuning in.
You're
thus
not
far.
listening. You are watching the Nerds in the Hood podcast
Yeah.
with your host. The point was supposed to be the.
Oh, my boy. You saw that? Yeah, you know what's funny? It's funny.
Cue post graphics
I love that he
here.
was just like,
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes Marvin does the intro. He's the cue, right? He starts it up. Boom, right? And there'll just be these weird times where I just blank out. So he'd be like, and then he says his name, and I'm supposed to say Aunt McGee, and literally there's bloopers, bro, of me just blanking, like
super easy.
I just there
9
like
times out of 10,
what?
he's second.
I feel
What? And I'll be like, oh, it was my turn? And they're like, yo, bro, you're always second. I'm like, I thought I was third.
It's in chronological order and the way you were added to the team, just like an anime. But last thing,
right.
that Jordan with the plan in it. Bet.
Love that.
Yes,
So
thank you.
during pandemic, I was in Tribeca. Was walking around. There was I found the sneaker. It was like a baby Jordan 5. And this was obviously at the apex of. By the time this shit dropped, it was obviously Virgil was kind of had his foothold in the market, and the 10s had dropped and all that shit.
Oh, so those are off-whites.
Yeah, this is off-white baby Jordan 5. And I was walking to Tribeca one day. I'm actually kind of oof. I found the shoe, and for a long time in my apartment, it just was holding some pens. I kept it on my windowsill, and working at the brewery, we have at the brewery.
The Jameson shots.
Yeah. We have Bonsai Bar. So Bonsai Bar comes through maybe like once every 2 weeks. I'm usually work from home on Wednesdays, so they come through on Wednesdays and they do it's like a plant and sip type of event.
I love that.
You can buy in and they give you like a starter kit. My whole thing with it was that I don't have a green thumb, so I was like I wanted something that was like low key and not
Got you, bro.
too extra, even not kind of use a watering. But I just wanted something that was like small and it could be on my desk, and the Japanese vibes are already super apparent. So a bonsai tree kind of just fit the bill naturally. But it wasn't until I just replanted it last week at the at an event that we had on the brewery floor, and now this pot is bigger. It's resoiled.
So it should grow bigger.
Now, yeah, ideally. There's one nub here that I'm learning that if I clip it, it can actually trigger another stem. So I'm trying to learn a lot more about just, again, the agricultural aspects of bonsai tree planting. But if anybody else in the comments or whatever is interested, Bonsai Bar is available at The Bonsai Bar on Instagram. And they have classes at all types of breweries all over the city, tri-state area type shit. So if you're trying to come through and get your plant and sip on, they are the ones to do it with. Shout out Izzy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you guys were wondering why the Bronx Brewery keeps coming up, just
how do we skip this?
my man is the what's your exact title called?
When I first got in, it was junior written content and graphic design.
For the Bronx Brewery?
Yes, but now it's just the creative manager as of about, I won't say last holiday.
And and you create everything down to what? The merch?
Everything, I always say everything, not limited to, but also including things in print, things in digital, merchandising, website assets, basically everything that you see that is visual. I am more or less have an input in, or
which is amazing, bro. Because
It's a lot of hats.
that's what I was about to say, and it just, I mean, to be a part of a brand that is so big, like, well, it's still growing, but
Yeah,
you know,
man.
your stuff that you're doing is like the other day you put that someone won a hat that you created. Where was that?
Yeah, my boy, shout out Boy Angel. He was the halftime performer at the A10 championship game at the Barclays Center. And funny enough, our new GM had invited me to come to that very same game to just chill and drink with him and have a good time. But I had respectfully declined because I'm like, it's college basketball. I'm not all that invested. But that same, like, later that night, I get a hit up from my boy who's performing, and he's like, I need a photographer. I need somebody who's gonna, whatever. So I link up with him. We're at the Barclays the next morning, and next thing you know it,
It was the big screen or whatever, right?
yeah, like literally, like we got time to rehearse, so we got there early and whatever. But my first time, ever walking on like a NBA regulated court.
Oh, you were on the court.
It's on my Instagram. Go check it out at Levi Dopeness. Yes.
I couldn't tell that you were on the court.
The shots are very, but yeah, I'm literally with him. I was behind the guy that does the TV broadcast. And
Okay.
that was like as close as I've ever even been to like, oh shit, like
I mean,
here.
shit, bro.
I'm
It's
here.
everyone there is
And
in
again,
your face.
and it was March. It was March Madness. It was a championship game. It just resonated as like one of the first real basketball experiences of ever. It was Duquesne versus VCU.
Okay.
Duquesne took the championships. Duke. So yeah, man, it's one of those things where like, much like how the wrestling thing was like, I was far removed and went to Survivor Series and left Survivor Series like open-eyed, like, wow, wrestling is still fucking awesome. And that's kind of what the whole basketball thing for this last month did for me. Because now with the whole WNBA, I mean, amassing
Yeah.
more viewership than even the men's league.
But so they gave the hat as a prize. That's what it was.
Yeah, funny enough, the guy who was my AGM who had invited me brought some merchandise to the people at the Barclays Center to...
How did that make you feel, man? Because so now you create a merch
Yeah.
for the Bronx Brewery. A dude wins it, and you're in the Barclays Center, and you see your merch
Not
on the
gonna
big
lie.
screen.
Yeah,
That's
man.
fine.
It was like in such a blink and you'll miss it type moment. I just had glanced. I saw the little half court challenge happening, whatever. Yeah. And then the announcer lady that I saw earlier just was like, and now you win a brewery prize package. And as soon as she put that shit in his hand, he was like, wow. And I saw the hat and I just looked up at the Jumbotron. I saw the orange, hat that I had designed for the brewery. And I was just like, wow, like I feel famous too. Like, that, like I feel like
And it's that low key famous.
I feel like my face was on there.
Yeah.
It's like, but although it
That's
wasn't,
mine.
yeah,
I did that.
That shit. And then my boy Angel at the time, he saw it too. He was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, yo, bro, like life.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Life just,
That's what's up,
that was a cool ass, like, again, a moment where the stars be aligning on shit, and I'm just like, whether it be by purely coincidence or just being in the right place at the right time.
I was hyped for you when I saw you post it. Honestly, I was just
what I
like,
call being spatially aware.
Yeah, I was hyped, bro, because I know, like, we talk on the side and stuff, and I know that you create the merch. Like, I've been know that, and when you posted that, I was just like, wow, who would have thought the Bronx Brewery merch is on the Jumbotron at a college championship game?
Earlier on in the day, it was crazy because they did do like a whole little. It's weird with college games. You can't have beer served throughout the entire game. It's only during these little sanctioned breaks that they let you go out and.
I mean, well, okay, I guess that's. Well, yeah.
I don't know what it's about, but whatever.
No,
I thought it was
no.
weird because I wanted to go get a link with my boy who I did
It's
neglect.
because the college kids get too drunk.
But that didn't make sense to me because I'm like, bro, that's supposed to be like the whole reason why
But
we.
at the end of the day, we're not in a dorm. We're in the Barclays Center or Madison Square Garden.
Exactly. You're in New
Yeah.
York. Why are you sanctioning all of New York to your fucking rules?
Yeah.
Whatever. But because the drinks weren't available, I did end up linking the homie, and he kind of told me like what it was. Like, oh, I brought some merch down, but I didn't know it was gonna be part of a whole thing. But yeah, it just made me really feel like, again, like one of those things where like a small step for not only me, but just like, you know, like seeing things that I have a hand in bigger places. Dan Greenwood, our VP, is trying to make sure that we're like in the garden and stuff like that too. So he's doing a good job making sure the brewery is in all the places that personally, when I get a chance to finally go to a baseball game or whatever, and I go get a beer and there's a Bronx Brewery tap handle, I'm like, that's Dan Greenwood. So like it's that thing where being at the Barclays Center, like I think Ebbs is in there too. KCBC might be in there, and we're in there. So
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the brewery, man. I've been going there way before you even was a part of that team. And
this whole shit's super new to me, man. It's
like, but congrats to you, man. I really respect what you're doing there. The merch, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a stack right now. I didn't like the merch before you got there, and that's just me. Like there was only like maybe one or two things. Shout out to Jules. His Bachathon brewery shirt was fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, trust me.
And
man.
like there was a couple of stuff there that I did like, but I never bought. And then once you got there, it kind of switched up, bro. And I appreciate like what you do for the brewery. Even though I'm not part of the team.
Yeah.
I just
when you're there, just again, that's the thing.
And I find it cool that like we're on this type of level where I can understand the behind the scenes.
Not everybody's gonna be around all the time, and you can't please all the people all the time. But my thing is definitely coming from brands like the Hundreds and Diamond and trying to not just make things that are just logo splashes. It's not enough. We did just launch our spring summer stuff, thebronxbrewery.com. Check out the new website. Join the newsletter. We have 50% off all of the fall winter merch right now. Tap in.
Yeah.
But spring summer
I love
did
that
just
drop.
spring summer did just drop, and one of those things where I had a big hand in the last drop because my director was on paternal leave. But this time around, I'm taking I guess it feels like a seat back for me. But maybe that's only because he didn't get as much input into the last drop.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like fine. But I think the marquee SKU for this current season is the Steamboat Willie sweatshirt, which is basically, if you don't already know, the Steamboat Willie IP has finally become over 100 years or whatever. So now it's in the public domain. So because of that, I immediately felt the need to want to recreate the allure of the Heather Gray Mickey Mouse sweatshirt with the Bronx Brewery's moniker. The whole thing was he usually is steering the boat in the animation. His hands are out. So I just kind of like retooled the graphic so that he has holding basically 2 beers. And that in my mind he's kind of like, I attempt to double fist a lot, so it kind of was like that's kind of the story behind the graphic. But it's funny enough, the timeline works perfectly because our April release for this month is the Honey Blonde that you also mentioned that you like.
Shout out to Bad Business, man.
And they also did the Mickey Mouse slip as well.
They were also your first Y Series podcast. Just
true, we never
just to put that out
as far
there. As a podcast, I respect it. Yes. Like
go subscribe, listen to the Bad Business podcast on wherever you are listening to podcasts.
Yeah. So one last thing, and then we're gonna move on. But I just wanted to say this. I don't know if you remember this happening, but this was a funny moment between me and you. We were already cool. You took over the merch thing. I didn't know how deep you were in the merch, and you dropped the BXB DVD T-shirt.
Oh man!
Do you remember that? Do you remember this conversation?
Bro. The DVD tee is
no, but do you remember the conversation that we had
around the DVD tee?
Yeah.
Nah, you might.
So no disrespect, but this is the funniest shit. This really happened. Okay. So I'm like, the shirt comes out, and I'm like, damn man, I see what the person, not knowing it's you, I see what the person's trying to do here. He's trying to make the DVD, but it says BXB, right? So then I'm like, oh man, it's a little weird, like it's not hitting like that, right? So then we were talking about something, and then I was just like, yeah, but I don't really fuck with the BXB shirt, like the BXB DVD shirt. I don't know about that one, right? And then he's like, that's the one I made. I was like, oh shit. And we were just talking in normal conversation.
Oh, like not even no meta shit.
Yeah. And I was just like, yo, my bad, bro. I didn't mean it like that. And you're like, no. And I was just like, damn, bro. And I stood there mad quiet for a second because I was like, I hope he doesn't think I was trying to shit on the shirt. I just wasn't my style.
You
right?
can't please all the people all the time. Like,
yeah, and I started laughing because I didn't
understand
know you made the shirt. If I knew you made the shirt, then we would have had a conversation.
But
It would have
also,
went differently.
that's so
But it was just like a quick moment joke, and then that's like.
I still don't know.
And you responded with like, "Yeah, I made the shirt." And I was just like, "Oh shit."
Damn. But not for nothing, I've seen Jose make worse shirts, so that I'm like, I knew what I was doing with that shirt. And to me, like, even before I did the New Balance shit, like, to me, that was my design magnum opus because it just worked so well. And it just, to me, anything that has a B or a D that already exists as a graphic is already, like, it's fair game. I get to take that and flip that and make that into BXB, whatever. So, the New Balance has the NB this year, I think, this last fall. I did what I call the BX Balance, is what it is, because it's BXB.
Yeah.
So BX Balance. But yeah, taking these graphics that you otherwise wouldn't associate with a brewery or whatever. I get a lot of, not a pushback, but just like, I know Jose is very conscious of like, do we want to get cease and desist or whatever? I'm like, we're not gonna get cease and desist.
The BXB, if you were worried about cease and desist, there's no way. All you did was take the shaping.
I know.
Like the shaping of how DVD is formed and changed it to BXB, which means technically has nothing to do with DVD.
I know. Jose made a fair point in that when I first made the graphic, it did have the DVD circle around it. He was like, let's make it like that.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be like the can at the bottom.
top of the can.
Top of the can.
That's cool.
That kind of escapes a lot of people, but once they see the typing and the X, they kind of go, oh, it's supposed to be.
That's cool.
But yeah.
Let's talk about some of these prints you brought. So.
Yeah.
Who's up here? Because I don't even know all these people.
That's fine. We could definitely run through it. Starting from the immediate right.
On the TV to make sure.
That is right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in the way at all.
So is that J Balvin? Am I bugging?
It is J Balvin.
Wow.
Everybody be like, Bad Bunny or whatever?
No, that's J Balvin.
Whatever.
Woo.
Yeah, so this is that
I actually only know him because of his sneakers, but
This is taken at the G-Shock 40th anniversary, which just occurred last November, I want to say. Yeah. He was the Keyline headlining performer. Cool. He did like a little marquee speech, and then he was the live performer. So, one of the moments where I just had gotten my 1DX, and this was one of the first real events where I got to kind of, there's so much other shots here that are good shots.
Yeah, keep going.
But the way it doesn't feel any, I want to say different than anything else is kind of my point. There's a lot of microphone holding going on in some of these, and that's kind of where I realized that my work is very in the field. Like it's a direct product of where I've been, or what show I'm watching, or what show I'm watching.
Do you think maybe it could be partially that you feel an artist's dopest moment is when the mic is in their hand, and that's why you shoot like that?
That's why I like the Jay Worthy one, because Jay Worthy raps, but I like shots of people. I like shots of notable, if I can shoot Larry June the same way I shoot Worthy, where he's just like, yo, come meet me wherever the fuck, and we're gonna link up on a street corner.
So who's that?
That's Jay Worthy. People don't know. Everybody, I feel like, understands who Larry June is in the market right now as far as musicality is concerned. But Jay Worthy and Larry June collaborate a lot.
Okay.
And on many of occasions, their group projects or their collaboration tracks are some of the best tracks that they have, both on wax. So.
And then who we got on the bottom here?
This is Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco is.
Damn, how did I not recognize that?
I don't know how, but maybe no glasses. Maybe I kind of wish he didn't.
That did not look.
I kind of wish he didn't have his. I kind of wish he didn't have his arm here because his jersey is LFFL, which is Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor. So this is the 15th anniversary show that he did at Bronx Steel, I think it was, just during pandemic.
And this is that's what I was about to say. This is a recent shot of him.
Yeah, this was a great show. He actually he ended up giving that jersey to a fan who actually had, oh my god, bro, like a super fan that I was standing right next to that had a merch release that he did from 08, 09 was wearing his like Converses that he did, I was like, bro, you're like the way I feel like about how I feel about this. He was about that for Lupe, and I was like, holy shit, bro, like you're the fan.
You're the fan.
So I have a shot of actually Lupe like taking off his jersey, and giving it to that fan. I think his name was Scott. I ended up just sending him all those photographs. He was super grateful. He was like, wow, you made the night even better.
Word.
Because living it was crazy. I couldn't even take photos, but I'm happy that I was standing next to you when you took those photos.
That's amazing.
But this photo is one of those that resonates to me because like it's just the that he has in his. It's almost like a Sam Cooke or like a type of a soulful. Singer, but like you wouldn't have thought he was a rapper the way I think he kind of is swinging and in motion in this photograph. That's true. Larry June, Bobby Shmurda. Wait, this is Bobby Shmurda too? No, this is Larry June.
No, I know. This one's Bobby Shmurda?
Yeah, that's Bobby Shmurda up there. That was last Halloween at the Kid Super. They do their Halloween party every year.
I did see that.
So I went to that. Super close. This is Fuji only, so I only have my little camera. But I was actually on a date with this really nice, thick ass chick this night, and was trying to be all like coy about trying to just show her a good time. But I had my Fuji, and she's like, but don't you like shoot? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but I was just trying to make sure. But the way she actually kind of like doubled down and made sure like I was good while I was shooting was like a trait that I was like, that was cute. And because she was actually like trying to make sure I was good with my stability, made for some really good shots. So
comfort zone.
One of those things where any woman I'm interested in or I'm dating or seeing kind of gets a sense of what I'm about. Or already kind of might know.
Right.
And then when I pop out and they see me maybe not taking full advantage of what could be, I think it's super cool because it's like I like somebody who.
I mean, I guess when you date a photographer, right? If you're gonna date a photographer, then
that's hard.
You want them to shoot.
It's hard dating an artist. Period. If
creator,
you do art and your girl does art, that's a problem. That's not a problem.
That's not true at all.
There's a very
I feel like we have opposite opinions on that.
I guess it depends on what the art is. Because as a person who did graphics and does photo, who dated somebody who does fine arts and was getting into graphics, whatever critique I found myself kind of offering kind of was met with I'll figure it out type skepticism or like whatever, which is fine. But being in the sector and around the people that I knew, I was like, I think this work would do better if you just did this.
I feel like...
But not everybody takes well to that type of critique, even if it is well-intentioned.
I feel a little opposite on that. I feel like if you're a creator and you date another creator, it maybe yes, there is some level of critique that kind of pushes back, right? But it's also a level where as a creator, dating a creator, right? You guys are on the same level of always letting information flow and always like seeing the vision and trying to move forward and being like everything's looked at a little differently, right? So like you help each other keep moving creatively.
That's I do sympathize with that point as well because that's kind of where I also put a lot of stock in. But I think the narrative of whether I'm your significant other or not, and still being like, well, we have in Trinidad we have a saying.
Wait, whoa! What is your nationality?
I didn't mean to go there.
No, you're okay.
We didn't go through the last picture, but hold on, son. I didn't even know. What's your nationality?
My mother's from Trinidad. My dad's from Grenada. But I'm a single parent growing up, so I guess my upbringing is more Trinidad than Grenada.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
The way you mentioned that I cook and stuff earlier, all my influences and everything that I do cook stems more from the Trinidad cookbook, which if you know, hey,
it hits. That's where the doubles, the roti, the curry go.
The real good stick to your rib food is
curry shrimp.
There,
you know what I'm saying? Shark and bake.
When I was on my little stint, like I was like amazed at how long the staying power of the leftovers, and like good ass, leftovers tend to like wane on you day 3, day 4 maybe, but the way the Trinidad recipes be like, bro, I could have this shit every night of the week, and I'd be a fucking. I feel like I eat like a king every time I post my plate, because I'm like,
You do eat like a king, though.
the plate just be like, it's a healthy plate, like, and most of the times, like, I don't even get through like 3/4 of it. I'm like, I gotta put the shit on, like, on.
Who's the last one? Who's the last picture? The last picture, this one. We didn't talk about this.
Oh, it's Currency. This is the Spitta. Currency, the hot Spitta.
Okay.
Louisiana. Louisiana.
Currency is that shit.
Louisiana lost tonight, but the way the way I know he would have been hype had they won gave me enough of that. But yeah, Big Jet Life energy. This is him at Sony Hall, right? 21. I want to say.
So I hear you mention that you got Lupe, you shot Mac Miller, you shot Currency.
I have like a smokers club.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Type of, and speaking of which, the way we've been talking so long, past that. Are we you too kosher on the weed?
So you've been taking way too long. Well, interview me, didn't pass it once.
But the way the Currency stuff, like Currency is probably the rapper that I fuck with that predates, maybe not Lupe, but.
Are we fucking with Wiz? We fucking with Kid?
Yes, of course. The way that I have Currency and Wiz in one photo on stage together.
Wow.
Jamming out. It's all on the gram. It's all on the gram. Scroll
Who's
through my gram.
Who's the biggest I would say biggest artist, but who's the biggest person you think you've taken a photo of?
Nas. It's like Nas, but like Mac posthumously.
See, when you say this, I need to know more because my brain cannot.
I feel you. Maybe
where exactly did you take the picture of Nas? Like,
because I worked with because I've. Oh, there was a.
Oh, it was over here.
Okay. Because I've had the privilege of shooting with Sweet Chick since their inception. Sweet Chick, the chicken and waffle restaurant,
which is really good, by the way.
I was there last night for an event.
Dave East, you were there for Dave East.
One of those things where the institution, because of how hip hop centric it's become, offers me a lot of room to shoot people that I otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to. Nas, the night that Sweet Chick opened, I don't know how I even got wind of they need you to come shoot, but
that's fire. And
was shooting, just everybody. It was such a good night. It's Vashti was there, Killer Mike was there, Dave East was there. LP was there. It was such a good night for Danny Brown was there. It was such a good night for that 2013, right around that time. Almost, bro, if ASAP Rocky was there, it would have been fucking awesome, but it was such a good night.
Wow. And
there was no discussion in the room at the time that anybody of bigger significance would be joining us. But I remember John telling me, hey, I need you to, sharpen up, get ready real quick. And I was like, wow, what's up? He's like, Nas is coming through. And I was like, okay. And, heard Nas and didn't even, think to myself, Nas. I was just like, all right, cool. It wasn't until he obviously, presented himself, and I was like, saw everybody getting hype that he was in the room. I have a shot of Vashti and Nas and Killer Mike, and, there's some good stuff in my archive, man, from this era of when I was just finally understood how to master these cameras, and then was in these spaces, and then realizing, again, Big How to Make It in America energy is usually what I call it when again, the show came out at the same time.
Hustle.
But it was also me looking around and being every night that I go out, I'm meeting people that are the most influential people, that are people that I've always wanted to meet but never had a chance to. And photography was the only thing that I knew would be
You didn't. It wasn't that you never had a chance to. You just wasn't.
Well,
in the opportunity.
The thing about Mac Miller, and the only photo that I have of him is the only photo, series of photos that I have.
You not only got to.
I put the one out for print.
And you're talking with some of these dudes as you're taking their photo too, right?
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you get the luxury of an exchange. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's
yeah.
The thing with Mac was, for as many different shots that I have of him from that one exchange, there was not a word exchanged. And to me, that's where I'm he just kind of fucking just knew what it was, and he bummed the lighter from me. I wasn't wearing this vest, but I was smoking at the time, and I was like, he was lighting a cigarette. I gave him my lighter, and just no words at all, but just like, and I saw him from afar, and then shot him from afar, because I was like, I'm probably not gonna get any closer than this. So I just shot him from where I saw him, and then he kind of just like, real quick. It was like one of those things where like if you really don't again are spatially aware and body language and you I got the sense that he was like, and then I was like, all right, cool, like what? So I came closer, and then I sat next to him, and that's when I shot the shot of him lighting up, sitting close to him. This was a shot that Complex would end up running for one of their articles that I ended up screenshotting at the time because I was like, they didn't tag me, like they took my photo, whatever. But yeah, man, understanding like the
Complex magazine, that's amazing.
Understanding the exchange.
Right, it's Complex magazine?
And then with somebody as Mac Miller was still at that time. I remember this is right around the time when Jay-Z.
Mac Miller is.
This is right around the time when Jay-Z was like, yo, and Mac Miller good too.
Yeah.
And I remember he like printed that and like hung it in his crib and framed it. And I was like, yo, Jay-Z said I was good. And I was like, I fuck with that, bro. Because I would have done the same shit.
I listen to Mac Miller's all the way from kids.
He's on my shuffle every day, man. I can't go I wish I could. I don't have
Was
to.
it pizza and...
I can't go on shuffle no more than 3 times. One.
It's gonna prove you wrong.
Logic. Mac and what? All right.
Yeah, they got what you call
Damn
it?
it.
They got Kool-Aid and frozen pizza. That was like the.
But kids, right?
Yeah. So that's my discovery of him. That's like how far we went with just
you don't got the copyright for this.
Yeah. So. That's as far as we. That's as far as as far back as I go with Mac and.
But yes, I remember a long time ago when I was working at Forever 21, the one right on Broadway, right in Soho. I used to actually love working there because it was the smallest Forever 21 in the city, and it only had a women's section. There was no men's in there, but the team in there, some of those cats are still very near and dear to my heart. Shout out Christopher. Shout out so much people. One woman, actually, Catherine Fon, who did, people buy stuff, they don't want it, right? It goes onto this rack, and she's in this, like, room with all the clothing, and she tells you where to go put the merchandise back. And she'd be in that room all fucking shift. But I remember one time, she was like, you need to listen to this guy. And I'm like, this is a time where I was skateboarding, I was big into alternative music, like Linkin Park and shit, whatever, And it took me so long to come back into rap. So it's so funny that like a lot of my work is rap centric now. But she's like, you need to listen to Kendrick Lamar. And this is like this like cute thick Asian chick telling me like I need to listen to Kendrick Lamar. And I'm like, you like rap? Like I never heard of Kendrick Lamar before. Like she's like, he just dropped a new project. It's called Section 80. It's the greatest thing in the world. And I was like, alright. And like whatever. So like I heard the shit, played it, and like Section 8 is fucking awesome. So I was like, wow. And that shit always resonated with me because I've only met her a couple of times at other parties as I've gotten older. And when I do see her, I always like run over to her and go, thank you. Like I knew you, like I know I didn't want to hear it from you because I'm a black guy. And I don't want to be like a Asian woman's telling me like what rap music I should be listening to. But I was like, the way you were tapped in and you knew Kendrick Lamar was going to be fire. And that's
ultimate respect.
And now it's Section 80, so I still shout out Catherine Fon. That's like she a real one.
Yeah. Hi, yo. So we're gonna. You've been saying so.
Was
much
this the runtime? Was this it? I feel like
no. We're about to. I was about to ask you something. We about to get into some nerd stuff real quick.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
We here with you.
Yeah. I was gonna go to. I just wanted to ask you like, what's some games you playing right now? Some games that are
the catalog.
in the rotation. We talked about you. Let's talk about what's the nerd stuff you doing.
Gaming. Me and gaming have a really super solid relationship. Right now it's rooted in things that I feel like I'm getting my fill out of, and then I'm out. Like I'm only gonna like jump into Apex Legends and play like 3 or 4 rounds, and then just I'm done. Force quit. YouTube. Smash is always in rotation. Persona 5 Royal on Switch. I'm so adamant about trying to finish it because I bought the base Persona 5 on P4, right? And then they dropped Royal on P4 also. I bought that. And then I was like, oh, but then now they're going to bring it to Switch. So then they brought the Switch. I kind of restarted my playthrough all over again. So now my Switch playthrough is what I want to be my definitive playthrough because it's going with me all the time. But the pacing of the game is very slow and not welcoming when I'm in transit, when I'm, what else? Gaming. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I want to say I'm like 24 hours into it right now.
You said Spider-Man earlier.
Spider-Man 2, yeah. Oh, man. That was actually, in the time that I was actively going through it, yeah. Pretty sick. I don't tend to, try to finish games in one sitting or whatever, or try to put 8 hours in on one playthrough. I try to maximize my dollar amount for how much I play the game.
Yeah.
And, if the game's running me 70, when I do get home and it's like prime time or maybe somewhere between the hours of 9 and midnight, if I can maybe clear a stage or maybe a couple of stages.
Missions,
Trying to feel like I made enough progress for me to satisfy my personal needs.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, let's switch up this. Because my thing is for as much games as I enjoy playing, I'm not making a dent in any of them because I have so much of them. So now I try to be a little bit more, play for an hour minimum, try to get to some sort of substantial, in Final Fantasy, it's play till you get to a cutscene is usually kind of the rhetoric or whatever. But some people will still be snowballing through them games, and I'm like, I wish I could be a person that, can love a game and can play a game for 72 hours straight and be like, yeah, it was alright by the time motherfuckers are back at work on Monday.
What about anime? What we watching?
I'm a classic man, but I have a lot of interest in
that shit. That shit came out.
No, I know that. That's
because you said it hit my
No,
mind.
I know it too because it's not Kendrick's on it, but the way that album is.
Jadenia.
Yeah.
That was the guy that sang it, and then Kendrick was on the remix.
But the dude that made that song, see? But I was saying, but the dude that made that song, it's not. I'm a DJ too.
No,
for y'all don't know. Music is I need to once a song comes into public consciousness, and I need to remember what it is so I can have it later in my Serato.
Oh,
that's so. Once you said that, I was like, I don't think I have Classic Man.
We didn't talk about that
in my Serato. But hold up, let me just go to my library real quick. Classic.
Oh, you about to cue it up when we leave?
No, I just want to make sure I got who has it because the name is on there.
Oh,
it was a Jadena song.
Yeah,
you were right.
Yeah.
Classic Man.
That was this clean, this hit single.
That was tight.
Yeah.
But music is the best. I'm like the Nacho Libre of DJs.
I mean,
I do it for fun and for yeah.
Quick side note. The one, what was the one that you played? Oh, damn. The video game set.
So, yes.
That was...
Now, funny enough, today I gotta...
The video game set you did... Mind you, that's not the only set I saw. Obviously, I've seen you play other ones, which are great.
But that
video game
still
set
resonates.
you did,
that set
when
resonates.
you played the Wii U or Wii Sports song...
Oh, yes!
Speaker?
Wii U dropped. Sports still to this day, that was an out-of-body experience. Because I knew the room was going to take to it well, but I still didn't fathom how important it was going to be to drop.
You would have thought
that
someone
shit.
jumped on the stage and started performing. The way everyone was like, yeah.
Oh shit!
But
I got you. There you go.
Yeah, nah.
Where was that event for? What did you video game?
That
DJ?
was. That was the release for Video Game Amateurs Beer Power Up.
Oh,
and this was last
that's
May.
Right.
What's funny enough about
and you were the first DJ, right? Or were you the first? You were in the set.
I went on after Hassan and damn, because I was shooting too. So, yeah, somewhere in between, not the first, maybe the second. But the way that now the Video Game Amateurs, that was their Y Series beer. Now they're coming back. Now their Power Up beer is now part of our seasonal lineup. as like a regular beer now.
Yeah, it's in Trader Joe's.
So now, because of that, May
Shout out to them, by the way.
Shout out to Video Game Amateurs. On May 11th, they're having the Power Up Fest. Power Up Fest is going to be held at the Bronx Brewery. It's going to be basically a all day block party of gaming.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 DJ stages or 3, from what I understand.
Yeah.
The lineup is stacked. I recently just got myself onto the roster as of today. So
yeah.
That's like something that I knew when I saw the listing. I hit them yesterday in Slack. I was like, for shame. Like you're not gonna have me spin the block on the greatest video game set ever, and I'm about to put more Snake on it this time.
Yo, that's how you gotta do it sometimes, bro. You gotta solidify.
So he was
yourself.
like, all right. He was like, no, Brandon, shout out SB. Brandon was like, you know what? I'm trying to fill this last spot, but it's a headlining spot, and I'm like, I think I'm worth it. But the way he's like, all right, bro, fill it with whoever you feel like it. And then I got a text from him this morning like, I hope you love me because I'm putting you in the last slot. And I was like,
yeah.
Now I get to fucking play my Kingdom Hearts remixes and shit and just fucking watch the whole room explode because I care so much about that, again, that nerdism. But as a DJ too, knowing how much music resonates with people and not hearing some of these songs, again, like you said, over speakers around people is like...
And having them react like someone.
This is shit reserved for when you're just on your YouTube on your lonesome.
I think you played a Mega Man one. You played a what's that game?
A Capcom versus there's like a Capcom versus SNK banger
the one that
they
look
dropped.
like Comic Bookie. It's a Switch game. Oh man, I think it starts with a P.
Pinkman?
No. It's a character that has a mask on.
Persona. I've been with Persona, yeah. Was that what I was talking about? Yeah, my Persona 5 playthrough. We were talking about that. Yeah. Persona, Joker.
No, yeah, you played one of their theme songs.
Oh yeah.
And one of the dudes that somebody I just knew there through a friend, a mutual friend, he started low key bugging out.
Anybody that I know that knows Persona, when I play Persona,
I think even you said it too to me. You were like, yo, he's playing Persona. Because you were at the VGA shit. That's the day of the beer thing.
Because again, playing the games myself enough times, understanding, damn, the soundtrack.
You probably don't remember,
yeah. The soundtrack was amazing, and again, that thing where I wasn't a DJ yet, but given the opportunity to actually like play that shit,
yeah.
And I actually DJ for Anime NYC's events on occasion. I'm like, not their go-to guy, but when the DJ that's supposed to be spinning is late. And I'm on time, and again, being on time is the big theme of tonight.
Yeah.
So, being on time, they're like, Levi, can you open? Can you just get it, make sure it's spinning? And I'm like, of course. But to spectacular fashion, because I'm going to be playing fucking Pokemon Coliseum OST. I'm playing all types of shit that motherfuckers have never even... and now the way the whole STEM game is like, now I'm playing that shit with like Kendrick Lamar over it and shit. Like the whole take off the lame, take off the with the fucking Animal Crossing over it.
Oh, I seen that on TikTok. That shit is fire.
I ripped all of his shit. Sorry, Yo. I didn't mean to say I ripped it, but I it's in my Serato. I play it. Shout out.
That shit is fire.
Shout out Not Yero on YouTube or on Instagram too, because he's the one that's he does all the video game mashups. The Kingdom Hearts Skepta mashup shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one goes crazy.
The way I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be at VGA Fest playing all of that shit because I know nobody else is gonna have it, and I'm like.
That's what made you dope when I saw you the last time, because I was like, we're at a video game event,
and I'm actually playing video games.
He was the only one playing video game shit.
I was like, I understood the assignment.
Yeah. So, but you did great. Like, you did great.
And then I ended my set with the good results theme from Mario Kart.
We're going to go back to anime. But I will tell you that.
Which Mario Kart specifically?
8 Deluxe.
Nice.
A DJ recently, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but a big club elsewhere in Brooklyn, a DJ recently played, I believe he played Cowboy Bebop or something like that.
There's a whole lot of the Tank remixes that I fuck with.
Yeah, they're coming. He put it in his club set, like low key.
It's fine. It works.
And it worked, but it's just the
Kingdom
fact
Hearts
that...
in the club regularly be like working because people be like, oh, I know this. At least 1 in 8 people will be like, oh.
It's just the fact that he did it like in such a club that they.
But
that
the Cowboy Bebop shit is great because I just recently got hip to this. There's this collective in Toronto. They're called Anime Nightclub 3. And they came to Anime NYC one night when I was DJing. And I was supposed to go first, but they were already there early. And they were set up and they were good to go. But once they realized that I was the opening DJ, they were like, oh no, let him cook, let him get set up, whatever. But when I mentioned I was playing Pokemon Coliseum and like a whole bunch of weird obscure shit, they were super fucking hyped because they were like, wait, this motherfucker knows what the fuck to play at a party like this. And then by the time they went on, they were playing. They had anime intro mashups to like club banger hits. Like the shit that, when you were telling Ultraviolet, yo, we need to not do it's cool to do the live blending shit, but to already have some pre-recorded heat loaded in the chamber for a certain type of demographic.
Yeah, just recording your own edits. Yeah, the whole recording your own edits.
They had
the reason why you record your own edits is because then it allows you to blend 3 times. That's what my thought.
Yeah. While you got the 2 running, you're on 3 or maybe 3, 4.
Yeah. If you have your edit already blended that you know is flawless, you put it on 1 and then you blend the 3rd one, then you're on some like.
And I'm not there yet because I just still care about blending the 1 to the 2. But yes, the more you do it, you're like, all right. I hate rethreading the same. Yeah. It's not the same track no more. And when I say track, I'm putting like a Gran Turismo spin on this.
So you're old school anime. We have the old school Gundams. Just off the top of the head, best old school anime to you, like your favorite.
All right, so Cowboy Bebop is first because it was the first that I ever got really exposed to outside of Dragon Ball. Because the thing is, like, everybody has seen Dragon Ball even when they didn't know what anime was. So my biggest thing is trying to understand when the shit came into my life for real. So Cowboy Bebop is first. It was the first show that I was like, I understood every episode. Didn't need to be. It felt sequential, but it also felt like every episode was its own. It's like an anthology anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's still the same characters, but by the time you get to episode 7 or 8, there is like an overarching narrative that the anime is about, and it's about Spike trying to fucking take down what's his face.
That's right.
So Cowboy, we're gonna go top 5.
Top five.
Cowboy. Dragon Ball Z can get thrown in there as like the default second because like I'm not about to not. It's top 2 and it's certainly not 2, but Dragon Ball's in there, Dragon Ball Z, what have you. Animes. Beyblade, albeit the Americanized version, understand that it stems from an anime.
Hey, yo, why was they in the gym? I'm sorry to cut you.
In the gym?
Yeah, there was scenes where
my man said, I've been waiting to talk to a real Beyblade fan.
There was scenes where they showed like cats in the gym, but not like practicing the Beyblade. They was working out like regular gym rats.
My whole thing about it now is, like I said earlier, it's really about how well you can really fucking bring it.
Okay.
Both delivery and just strength.
Did you see how long they Beyblade spun, bro? They was pretty brolic.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. It was just floating in my mind earlier when you played.
I hate that the end of every season usually ends with some dude who becomes evil and grows wings, and I'm like, nigga, stop still spinning, bro. It's been like these matches be like 3 minutes max. Like the way that I'm 4 episodes in on Arc, they be trying to Dragon Ball the Beyblades too much. I'm like, don't do that, bro.
These mentioned 320 is.
Or like the whole thing where like Sonic the Hedgehog is just Dragon Ball, but like Sonic.
Oh right, yeah, Sonic X, yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I see influence where influence is due, but that shit kind of shattered my whole understanding of like, damn, it kind of really is. Just
did you ever see the one that?
Did
you ever see the one where a guy went and took the real weight of every Pokemon and tried to lift it in actual weights? And he was trying to show how brolic Ash Ketchum really is, because he was holding.
He was holding
a Pidgeotto or whatever. Yeah, it's like 200 pounds, and he's holding it on one arm stretched out.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think he hugged a Heracles too.
Yeah, like
there's a whole lot of overlap between what the Pokedex says, I used to love in Gen 3 that you go to the Pokedex and see the size comparisons. That was always something to me that, once we got that sort of data in the Pokedex, I was like, this is
intense. Now we're getting more real. It's getting realistic. We're one step away
It didn't
from
get more
seeing a
real. It
Pikachu.
didn't get more real until Pokemon Go, but then that's a whole another story.
Yes,
That's another arc.
Well, Pokemon Go, we're not getting
Bro, because the way I was
all
so
night.
gassed to leave my crib every day and go like, I'll explore new hoods for this. I don't care.
They explore new hoods.
They got Dragonites over there. I'm gonna go get them.
He's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. You can look at the map and be like, I ain't never been over there, but there's a rare over there though. There's a shiny over there. I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah.
You come back and you lucky you still got your phone.
Business owners like, go away, no.
Or there's a group of dudes like, yo, there's another one playing that Pokemon Go. Let's get her.
Nah, that's summer in
Super
2016.
effective
That's summer
punch.
2016, man.
All right, where you was at? You was at 3. You got 2 more.
All right, so Beyblade, boom.
I feel like we'll start talking about Pokemon Go for
Anime.
20 minutes.
No, he was right. He was like, we'll be here all day.
Anime.
And
I slot Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh like right below it, because now that I know it was anime, That's the whole thing I was saying is like, these cartoons.
You definitely classic all around.
Yeah.
Because you went.
The way I didn't even throw Naruto in there, and Naruto deserves a spot on there.
What about Attack on Titans? You don't fuck with that, or
and the whole Levi thing too to me is shocking because that was the momentum that I needed when I was younger. That now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, Captain Levi, oh, that would have been tight.
Yeah, right.
That would have changed my life when I was 8 years old.
Pulled up when he was an adult.
Yeah.
I could be a captain.
Not only that,
That could have changed my whole life, though, bro.
Not only that, you were the #1 slayer of like Titans. Like,
See, bro.
Yeah.
He was elite.
Yo,
He is elite. When Levi stepped on the map,
that would have
time,
that would have shot my shit into another. I could have bagged bitches. Sorry, on YouTube. I could have bagged females. I like could have definitely been like, nah. But then if they knew about the anime, hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was never really my MO, not for nothing. We all love the females, we love the women's, but
Of course.
I've always been like, if I don't feel no attachment, it don't work for me. And we'll hook up with, motherfuckers will hook up, but like, it's. I can't give you the best strokes if it's not.
I love that, man.
If it's not woke.
All right.
That was real as fuck.
That was a great way for us to segue.
I gotta be Professor X.
No, you good.
Yeah.
You good. We ain't mad at it. We just this is like that's a great way.
You're not wrong, bro.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
We're literally
It's
agreeing with you.
It's a great way to do the AI
man.
crossover, We do appreciate you for pulling up. Doing Facts the Fuck Out of Here with us, answering our questions, telling people about yourself and what you got going on in your life.
Yeah, sure.
If you can just take the time to let these people know where they can find you on social media. We're going to put it in the description anyway, but still take the time.
Absolutely. Come on. Levi Dopeness on the gram. LEVI. Dopeness. One word. Basically, every platform is that. Even the fucking gamer tag and the PSN.
Oh, nice.
So I try to keep the continuity. That's the thing where I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to just do the one. But at some
you don't want to be called that. That's so funny.
I know. But that doesn't mean, whatever. It's like... I guess people do call Mr. Dr. Disrespect everywhere. Whatever. I just Levi Dupness everywhere. Trying to do a book this year.
Okay. Let's go.
Trying to do a solo show. If you're in the New York Metro Tri-State area, I am for hire. Whatever you got for me, I can probably execute it or fuck with it to a substantial degree. So here's to nerds in the hood. Here's to hoods all around the world and the nerds that live in them.
Yo, Marvin's looking for a drink, so that means we gotta pour a shot.
May you
do it properly.
My body's my soldier. Man. Make sure you follow us as well on social media at Nerds in the Hood. All social media, including YouTube. NERDZINTHEHOOD. Is where you can find out everything about us in terms of our anime rap intros, our Facts For God here, all our episodes, whatever we got coming up as well. Before we take this shot, two things. One, like I told you earlier before we did the show, just to let you know what we're getting into. This is something we do for our guests now, and we'll find a space for you. But whenever we think of something that's whack, we go by what Ant calls it, which is bum juice. So if there's something you think that is whack, feel free to put it right here on the bottle. We're gonna have to get a new bottle soon. We're gonna have to get the biggest bottle of Georgia we can find someday.
Right on the side.
Okay. Oh wow, we appreciate you, man.
The use of negative space.
That is true.
What is whack to me?
Yeah. It could be anything, man. Anything you think in your heart is like, yo, this is hot
What is it?
trash.
No love is whack.
Okay, there we go. No love gets the bum juice. No love.
No love is what causes bums.
You know, whether you think you have it or you don't, or you know.
That's probably the most meaningful thing on that bottle right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That is.
No love. I really just have to think
You're
about like
about
what
to
I
say this
really
is-
think, and you know.
I love that though.
I
You gotta
feel
take a
that.
picture
No
of
love. No love is bum juice though. If you think about it, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
Because without love, it's pretty whack.
it's pretty whack. You bum. So we appreciate that, man, and we appreciate you coming through. And we do anime rap intros. We haven't done it in a while, but we do it. So is there an anime that you feel that you want us to like just for you, man? You want us to give it that rap intro?
A rap intro.
Yeah, actual rap, not the rap you saw in the GT and the One Piece shit.
Yeah.
You don't have to choose the rapper, just an anime.
What's your favorite intro?
Intro ever, like rap intro.
No. What's
anime
your
intro.
favorite anime intro?
That sounds like you made it too.
It's Air Gear.
Oh, you want an Air Gear one?
Air Gear got
We
it.
didn't do an Air Gear one. That's perfect.
That's crazy. Good
That's
one.
good.
Good
Good
one.
job, man.
I
Yeah.
love that intro. That shit is goated.
All right.
Yeah.
We gotta-
And it
we'll
was
find
funny.
one.
We've never done that
Never
one.
Air Gear. Now, honest to God, I've thought about it, but I
I
never.
love the pan up. I love everything about
All
that.
right, so the Air
Good.
Gear, look out for that soon. We're gonna tag you and let you know that this one was for you, my brother.
Nice.
Before we
And
make
just
moves on that.
because you picked you see, that's why you my boy, son. You picked the one out of 300 something ones we've done. You picked one we've never
I
did.
honestly thought he was just gonna say something we already did, and I was gonna be like, easy bread, and I was gonna just tag him on the existing one, like, good look. But then you say Air Gear.
I gotta make I do work.
Yeah, you're trying to catch
I'm
the
sorry,
top out.
no.
Nah, good shit, bro.
I was
Good
ready
shit.
for, yo,
Damn,
don't
man.
lie. I was ready for
I'll make it for y'all. Like, let me know what the dimensions are.
No, Air Gear is perfect.
No. We do the dimensions.
Yeah, it's the dimensions. No, you don't gotta do anything. We got you.
Nah, we do.
We'll let you see what we talking about, and then we'll tag you. But I thought he was gonna say Beyblade or something that we already did. But that's okay.
We did do a Blade one.
The way
We'll
I'm like
show you that one too.
every Beyblade asset I'm trying to make for my own flyer right now. I'm like, I can't.
There you go.
trying to-
Well, you will. Don't worry. It's coming.
Yo, come through for the Beyblades.
Oh, yeah, right there. Shout that out one more time before we
Fonz
go.
Brewery, coming real soon, please. If you're trying to let it rip on a Sunday, maybe Wednesday night, Thursday night, you out here with the peoples that you care about, that wanna, just come through, have a good time. Big nostalgia vibes, but I'm gonna be DJing them shits too, so like it's gonna be something that feels a little bit like, not like very much like the anime, but just like we're growing and we can drink.
Yeah.
is what I want. I want us to just let it rip. I'll DJ. I'll actually play fucking anime OST from the show to like kind of make shit. Cause now that I watched G Revolution again, I'm kind of well acquainted with the soundtrack. I'm like, I bet I know the songs to run, but just motherfucking my nerds in the hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one time for the one time. Again, shout out to our boy Levi, and we'll catch you next time. At least us two on another edition of a podcast with your boy Marv Lack
and McGee.
Buddy Lee.
There you go, the nerds in the hood.
Yo, thank you for pulling up, bro.
Cheers,
It
man.
was a lot of fun. Man.
Forever and ever over.
Yeah. Thank
Excelsior.
Oh, Excelsior.
you.
Peace.
Excelsior.
See you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.